What's up, you guys? Welcome to the Fightful Awards presented by NordVPN for 2025. Man, what a year it was. Lots of fantastic moments and lots of fantastic moments that we're about to experience here. We got a familiar face with us here. Denise, how you doing?
This familiar face. Very happy to be back here. I can't believe it's the 4th annual Fightful Awards. Sean, we've been doing this now for 4 years. I can't believe how fast time flies by, but I'm very excited here because, the 2025 year was an incredible year for so many wrestling promotions, so many wrestlers. So I can't wait to see who everybody here voted for and who's going to win. So everything's a surprise to me today. I'm very excited.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who purchased sponsors and the like. It matters. It's so important to us because these beautiful awards are something that we are very happy to present. The talent, the companies, the people that work very hard, that sacrifice an awful lot, that compromise an awful lot in order to give us something to talk about, give us something to cover, because I know we're in the dirt sheet biz, but we can't be in that biz if they're not out there putting on interesting wrestling content, as we say. But we also want to thank NordVPN. They have been the presenting sponsor for a number of years here. Of course, you can go over to nordvpn.com/Fightful. Check out all the great features they have. If you want to watch all that WWE content on one Netflix account, you can do that with nordvpn.com/Fightful, starting at just $2.88 a month. Maybe you want to watch SmackDown earlier in the day whenever they're in Europe. You can do that with nordvpn.com/Fightful. You can go over there, click see all plans, and see all the great things that they offer, because it doesn't stop at just changing your virtual location. I see people all around the world saying, oh my gosh, those Americans get UFC for free. They get it on Paramount Plus. Well, guess what? You can change your virtual location, and then you can also get it for the low price of what's on Paramount Plus. But if you're here, you can send in a super chat, send in a humper chat. Let us know what you're thinking about this year's awards. We want you to keep it topical. We want you to keep it on base this year. As you know, we'll talk about the weekly stuff as the shows go on throughout the week. But also leave a thumbs up on this video, share the video. We would greatly appreciate if you guys did such a thing. I will ask Kate to make sure that read that we have at the beginning is the accurate one, as there are two. But Denise, anything you're looking forward to this year?
Oh my, this year for 2026? Are you kidding me? Yeah. I want to continue seeing amazing matches because there are so many great talents out there. I mean, dude, like last year, we saw so many matches that by the end of the year, I didn't even know, like, oh my God, how am I even going to decide what my top 10 is? Because the bar has been raised very, very high. So I think that's really what I want to see this year, is to continue seeing the excitement that we saw last year through matches, through storylines. We saw some of the best storylines last year in wrestling, and I want to keep that going as well.
Yeah, lots of great stuff this year. AEW had a big year, big bounce back year. I mean, they've been doing well in many awards throughout publications in the world, but also sponsoring the Fightful Awards is the Raw Ball podcast. Are you tired of the same talking heads when it comes to your favorite sports? Are you wanting an unfiltered and unscripted look into the chaos of the games? Why not get ready to spend your weekends with the Raw Ball podcast? Starting at the end of the Super Bowl, the boys are back and better than ever with the weekly Raw Ball podcast episodes, NFL playoff watch-alongs, as well as the upcoming annual MLB opening day charity stream against suicide. Help us make 2026 the year of Raw Ball. Visit youtube.com/@rawballpodcast for more. Now, let's get started, my friends. Let's go. The Manager of the Year is brought to you by Matthew Hooks. If you need a mouthpiece for your brand or business, you deserve better than this year's winner. Matthew Hooks of Hooked In Voiceovers is the man for you. He takes a personal approach to any client by giving the right voice to their product or service. Visit www.hookedinvoiceovers.com or email hookedinvoiceovers@gmail.com to learn more. Ask any questions or even email potential projects to him. He's easy to work with, Turnaround times for the projects are short as 24 hours. His website includes demos, pricing, contact information, referrals, and so much more. Log into hookedandvoiceovers.com. Let's get started on your title moment today. And the winner is Mr. Don Callis. Denise, lots of great managers this year. Stokely Hathaway had a year that really reemerged as far as he goes, because of course Paul Heyman does incredible work. How are you feeling about Don Callis as the manager of the year?
Well, Don Callis has a lot of people that he is managing. We've been seeing him go out there, do announcements. Of course, we got all of the paintings that he does, and just a lot of talent in the Don Callis family. So I feel like getting to see that as an announcement for Don Callis winning, I'm not surprised at all, because also, like, yes, you do have Paul Heyman as well, who we already know cuts amazing promos, and he's got the vision, and he's always bouncing from one person to the next. But I think, if anything, this year was probably the toughest candidate year selection that we've had in a very long time. So I kind of like that we had a little bit of a cutthroat competition here for some of the managers.
Yeah, I mean, this was a big year for Don Callis. I mean, an enormous year for Don Callis. His group grew. He was factored into some integral growth for people like Kyle Fletcher, Takeshita, Okada having his best year in a long time. And I think that kind of carries us into what our next category will be. We're always honored when sponsors donate projects and spots to shine a worthy cause. And we thank Dave for donating his spot to the Trevor Project. A warning, this read does include information including self-harm. The Trevor Project is the leading suicide prevention and crisis intervention nonprofit organization for LGBTQ plus young people. 39% of LGBTQ plus young people seriously considered attempting suicide in the past year, including 46% of transgender and non-binary young people. Regardless of politics, nobody deserves to be bullied with life-threatening cruelty. Go to thetrevorproject.org. To learn more and make a donation. I personally wrestled for the Trevor Project to raise funds for them. And that leads us to our next category, the stable of the year or trio of the year, Denise. Listen, the bloodline into the MFTs have always been in the conversation. You've got the Don Callis family, which is always in the conversation. You've got like all kinds of groups that have emerged this year. Are there any that stand out to you?
Dude, there were so many. Where do I even begin? Like, when you talk about all of these groups, I mean, they were killing it. You have, like, on the AEW side, there were so many. Of course, you mentioned the Don Callis family. A lot of stacked talent on that end. I think a lot of the names that you can kind of mention there, you saw a lot of rise. Over on the WWE side, of course, we got to see the vision start to become grow, and we've seen, that become a different iteration of what it is, where it started and where it's at now. But I do think that stable have helped a lot of people. Some people that maybe didn't know like where their footing was at, as well as other competitors that have just completely broke out from the stables that they are in. So it's always good whenever you can find one that you love and that you can get behind of and want to see and root for those guys or girls.
Well, it is our esteemed privilege to have the winner join us, because the winner is the Don Callis family, as they grew to numbers unmatched. And we have Don Callis here with us. Don, it is an honor to have you here.
Great to be here with you, Sean and Denise. Very excited. The family has grown a lot, and Tony Khan has certainly been someone who has, I think, loved seeing me slowly expand this thing to the point that I'm probably going to take over his company for him.
I mean, you have been known for decades to have stables of very large, powerful men. Dare I say that every movie role that Kurgan got after being in the Truth Commission could be tied directly to you. And now you have, quite frankly, the meatiest stable, perhaps in the history of pro wrestling, the Don Callis family.
Well, I like to look at quality athletes. And I think if you look at Takeshita, who was in on the ground floor, day one, Don Callis family guy after we got rid of Kenny Omega. You look at Kyle Fletcher, you look at what we've been able to do with Okada in the last year. You were right. It's his greatest year since he's been in AEW, and it's been with me. And then you look at Davis and Doyle, which are going to be making a lot of waves in the tag team division. And I think we're up to 15 full patch members right now. And but there is a back office that are not wrestlers that help to support the functions of the Don Callis family. So it's been a great year, and we appreciate, of course, all of the kind words that we read about us ourselves on Fightful, and really enjoying these awards. I mean, this is the first I've been many awards this year, Sean, many awards, but this is the only one that'll go in the Don Callis family compound in Sinaloa in Western Mexico. So I'm looking forward to getting that one too. You know, we'll have someone come pick it up in Kentucky from you.
Well, we sincerely appreciate that. I mean, we do want these to be something that someone's proud to show off. And again, we appreciate the work that you and your legion of meaty men have put together for us to talk about this year.
If you're angling to get me to change the name from the Don Callis family to the Legion of Meaty Men, you know, it's all about branding. You know, even when I'm not on the show, my name gets mentioned. So there's a method to the madness, Sean.
Don Callis, we want to thank you so much. It was wonderful. It was an honor to have you on.
I just want to say one thing, Sean, and I want everyone to tune in this Wednesday to Dynamite, because Kenny Omega, the degenerate, demented nephew that I cast aside, is finally going to get his comeuppance when he wrestles the walking weapon, Josh Alexander. And I fully expect that after Josh finishes him off, just for you guys, I might take this thing because it's pretty heavy, and I might hit Kenny in the head with it. And then when he gets his blood on there, I'll sell it on eBay. So there you go. That's
there we go.
Damn.
Yeah.
for a good cause, I'm sure. Don,
that's
thank
promotion.
you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Dang, that's crazy, man. By the way, Josh Alexander, Kenny Omega, we might be talking about that at the 5th annual Fightful Awards.
You know, I beat Josh Alexander in a bird scooter race at one point. Did you know this?
Yeah, I've seen that. I saw that.
Where my shoe flew off and I still smoked him. And I mean, an athlete of that caliber, that's something that I take incredible pride in.
Hey, by the way, now that Don Callis was on here, do you think that automatically makes us part of the Don Callis family?
I feel like it should, right? Damn it, Smidget says Don Callis had his family vote for the awards. The voting is rigged. All he would need is one person to vote, or like one vote each from each team member, and all of a sudden, you know, he would win that, Denise.
Dude, yeah, I was gonna say his award season's going very well as his tax season, because he can claim them all as dependents.
I will ask our wonderful producer if I can get the document sent to me. That way I can actually see the super chats, humper chats as they arrive. I still do not have that.
Well, they can keep sending them in, and every time we'll just do like a little dance.
Yes. Well, now, as I look here, we will be going to, it looks like Rookie of the Year. Actually, I mean, I think that's what we're going to. The format here is a little
Well, let's
off.
just go for it. Rookie of the
Go
Year.
for it.
Come on.
We're going to be going to Rookie of the Year because that's
Yeah.
what's on my format right now. The Rookie of the Year is sponsored by Greg Cherry. Where do you get people doing wrestler entrances on the spot, pro wrestling game shows, and people dumping chocolate syrup all over their heads? Where else but the Greg Cherry brand? Our buddy Greg Cherry, along with Jeff Meacham and Maddie Laws, bring you this style of unhinged shows live every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern with the Greg Cherry Show. His live wrestling game show, Jack of all trades, brings to you that game show energy. And trust me, you will never find a game or a card game messier than Luck of the Draw. Stay tuned for the rest of this broadcast to learn more about his Royal Rumble pool for a good cause and available merch. So Denise, Rookie of the Year specifically, we start this out on June 1st, 2024. If you debuted before then, you are ineligible. Last year, Izzy won. We have had Hook win in the past. Anybody that stands out to you?
Well, I was going to say there was a lot of people over on the NXT and the Evolve side. I definitely want to shout out Kendall Gray because she's somebody that has just quickly won the hearts of everybody, man. Like, people really are impressed with her. Over on the Evolve side, of course, you got Kelly Armstrong. She's somebody that everybody was like, oh my God. Like, people were telling me, they were like, you need to watch Evolve and you got to see this girl. And I see her photos everywhere. So I would say that those are two of the top names that sort of pop up into my mind, especially on the female side of things, because dang, like the competition, it's getting tough out there. Like, you got a lot of women that are really doing fantastic work, and even people that are maybe like a couple years in already, but have just kind of started to accelerate even further in their career. So I would say that overall, this was a good year for a lot of young and up and coming talent.
Let's reveal the winner. It is none other than Callie Armstrong.
Yo!
WWE. Callie Armstrong has done an incredible job over the last year and a half since debuting. She had fantastic matches with Kendall Gray, among others. And fortunately, we were able to speak to the winner. Let's go to her. And we are here with the Rookie of the Year as voted on by our Fightful readers in the Fightful Awards, Callie Armstrong. Callie, congratulations. And how you doing?
Thank you so much. This means so much to me. I'm doing amazing, honestly. Like, each and every day is an adventure, and this is honestly a dope accomplishment, so I'm super excited.
You got one of these beautiful bad boys coming your way. It'll be arriving shortly. Listen, they're beautiful. Look at these things. Look at these things. You have had such an incredible last couple of years. So the qualifications are you have to have your first match after, I think it's June the previous year. And about 8 days after that period started, you were in the ring with a woman named Kendall Gray, and you two have ended up making magic together.
Yeah.
Specifically, a match that just turned everybody's head. At what point during that match did you know there was something special going on there?
Honestly, I knew from the beginning that this was going to be special because me and her have great chemistry. We came in together. We started together. Our first match ever was together. So I figured we'd have great chemistry. But there was a moment early on in the match when the crowd was hype. It wasn't even Falsey territory. We was just having a match, and then the crowd was like erupting. I was like, if they're erupting right here, wait till they say we have later. Like, it was amazing, honestly.
She's so happy. I love it.
She is. I mean, she was very proud of this. We have a full interview with Callie Armstrong coming up on Fightful on Tuesday, where we talk about her rookie year. I do have the document now. C. Delgado says, does this make Matt Hooks a member of the Don Callis family? I don't think he's meaty enough. I don't think he is nearly meaty enough. We also have Tim McFall say Davis and Doyle going to bring the tag titles to the DCF. And DNC Digital says, not just by name, but they remind me of the Heenan family. Now, obviously, we would love to have read those to Don Callis. I didn't have the document in time. We're back on the right track now, though. But Callie Armstrong, I mean, she told me that the Armstrong name is a family name as well, and that she actually had to get approval from Road Dogg and the Armstrongs, and so that they gave her their blessing, which is very cool to see. You always love seeing and hearing that. But Callie Armstrong, I had people tell me, Denise, that they see her as a future WrestleMania main eventer.
Oh, yeah. I'm not surprised. I've seen the conversation that the fans are having. And I'm telling you, like, whenever you get somebody that you hear about them first before you even get to see them, like, your reputation it's everything, right? So it speaks louder than words when you really do got people going out there and vouching for you already, like fans just getting really excited about, the future that holds for Callie. I personally can't wait to see her, to cover her on NXT and get to see what she does with the women that are already there. So congratulations. And she seems so happy, like genuinely thrilled when you presented her with that award. Really incredible.
Noise says everyone's a part of the Don Callis family, including you and me. And John Taylor shouts out Denise and says the DWO is here to support the
Yeah, you're welcome, Sean.
Awards. Now, Fightful is obviously a news outlet, and the award for Wrestling News Story of the Year is brought to you by Between Two Beards. If you're looking for wrestling coverage that doesn't pull punches and doesn't take itself too seriously, step in Between Two Beards with hosts JPJ and Pluggo, the flagship show of Love Wrestling. Every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, the Beards bring their own sharp, hilarious, and passionate spin on the world of pro wrestling, breaking down the biggest stories, wildest moments, and everything in between. If you love wrestling, big opinions, and even bigger beards, then B2B is the show for you. Catch Between Two Beards live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on Love Wrestling. Oh, as we sit here, Denise, this was the first week of the year has been a crazy news week already with all the people jumping companies. But in 2025, it was more of a straightforward wrestling year. Like there wasn't as much of that. It felt like you did have, of course, Mariah May, then Blake Monroe jumping to WWE. Is there any news stories that stand out to you?
Dude, I feel like there were so many news stories. I mean, there was all sorts of there was sad stuff that happened. There was cool stuff that happened, complicated stuff that happened. I mean, you mentioned for example, God, I'm thinking the end of the year, seeing you mentioned Blake Monroe, so that popped into my head, but seeing her go into NXT and it was oh shit, that's news. I can't believe she's there. Was it Ricky? Did Ricky come in last year? Was it the year before?
Yeah, it was
whatever.
last year.
It's all a blur at this point. I'm I remember when he popped in and everybody was making jokes about how when you're gonna get something done fast, you're gonna send a picture of Ricky Saints over in NXT. So there were I felt like there was a lot just that went down, of course, with WWE's first year and Netflix, everything going down with AEW, and then them starting out with HBO Max, and all of the contract stuff and who's gonna do what, and the partnership with TNA and WWE. Oh my God, when they purchased AAA at WWE, I nearly passed out. So there was just a lot. Now all of a sudden it's all coming to me. So I think
now
there was just a lot. I'm what?
Now that you mention it, it was a lot. But
yeah,
I think it's kind of a no-brainer. The winner for Wrestling News Story of the Year is John Cena's retirement and his retirement run. We will ask our producer to remove those crawls before the graphic, but the Wrestling News Story of the Year, John Cena retiring. I mean, John Cena has been a fixture in pro wrestling for, over 20 years at this point. And obviously things had slowed down in recent years, Denise, but going from his heel turn, which kind of plays into that, all the way up to the controversy surrounding his retirement, it's not a surprise to me that got voted in.
Yeah, it definitely isn't, because this was something that had mass appeal, because this wasn't just, hey, this is only appealing to wrestling fans right here, right now. No, you had people that maybe haven't watched WWE in a while. Maybe they fell off, right? But then all of a sudden they're hearing, oh, John Cena's retiring. John Cena, I grew up a fan of John Cena. So all of a sudden, you got this huge, more appeal for John Cena's retirement. I was at a football game in Boston a couple weeks before the retirement, maybe a couple of months, I don't even remember anymore, but they were asking, that was one of the trivia questions, was, hey, which WWE wrestler is retiring that's from Massachusetts? And it was crazy to see that, and they were oh, it's John Cena. And so you got all of these people talking about it, and on top of that, you got the, how's he gonna do it? Is WWE doing a good job of booking it? So then that within itself became news. Who's gonna be the person? Oh, there's this rumor that it's gonna be Gunther. There was so much that went into this. Oh, and then the layer of The Rock. We can't leave that part out. Hey, The Rock didn't show up at WrestleMania. How's this storyline going to finish? All of that whole mountain of facts and stories and conversation led to this being the biggest news of the year.
John Cena retiring. And again, were you there at Elimination Chamber?
Yes, it was very cold.
It was very cold. One of the most insane things ever. One of the longest wrestling nights ever. And we've covered like a lot of long AEW live shows as well. But what I remember about that is we had to be there 2 hours early at the latest, if you remember.
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah.
Then it was the longest WWE pay-per-view of the year, maybe even longer than either night of Mania. Then we had to sit through them doing their post-show thing. And we're like, all right, well, we'll finally get to talk to John Cena. No, we didn't.
No, but we did get The Rock, though. That was very awesome. That was the day he called me Lisa.
Was it awesome? Because he just lied to us the entire time.
It was awesome for me. I was like, yo, I'm Lisa now. This is great. And then, we got to find out his Waffle House order. A lot of memorable things that came out of that night.
That we did. But I think that all of it sort of encompassed, and the fact that John Cena had such a controversial retirement as well played a big role in all of this.
Oh, it definitely did. Yes.
Denise, the award for Independent Wrestler of the Year is brought to you by Kevin Herrera Sanchez of Ringville, who's bringing you the best from independent wrestling talent. And just over the past month and a half, we have seen Matt Cardona, who is a 3-time winner, get re-signed. We have seen Chelsea Green, who was, an independent act just a few years ago, get signed in the last few years and emerge to great heights and win awards in WWE. We saw Alec Price and Jordan Oliver get signed in the past week. We saw Maya World and Hyann. We saw all kinds of people end up getting signed by WWE, AEW, TNA. KJ Orso, the former Fuego del Sol, who had an amazing year, also popping up there. But let's hear from Ringville.
Everyone, how you doing? My name is Kevin Herrera Sanchez, KHS, and I am a wrestling photographer and the producer and host of Ringville, which is a sit-down, in-person interview talk show where I talk to wrestlers, promoters, referees, and other production homies to talk about their journey in independent wrestling with the goal of continuing to grow the connection between themselves and the fans. Ringville started in 2024. I am based in the Bronx, New York, and I have really enjoyed this journey that I have been on. It has been a beautiful time. Here are some of the people that I have talked to so far. The All-Father, Darius Carter. The main character, Eric Ademia. The King of New York, Jay Bougie. The Pressure, Diamond Virago, and the infamous Darren Richardson. The Superstar Striker, Robbie Romero. The Demon of the West Coast, Alpha Zoe. Zenith, Jody Aram. Sammy Chaos. You've seen them on Subway Mania. The Cope, RJ Adams, aka Red Shoes. The Little Killer, Zamaya. Brianna Bands. Strong Spirit, Gabriel Sky. Miss What That Lariat Do, Ruthless Lala. The Prospects, Young Jordy J. Alfredo, and a sensation, Colin Parker. The American Gangster, Isaiah Wolf. Mr. Walk That Walk and Talk That Talk, Jeff the Skywalker. Anthony Smalls. Cash Flow, Ken Broadway. If you're interested in watching those full episodes, here is my YouTube channel. I upload every single Monday, every single week. Show some love and support. I would really appreciate it. Here are also all of my social medias where you can keep up with my photography work and the reels and clips that I post outside of YouTube. Thank you very much to Fightful for letting me sponsor Independent Wrestler of the Year. Congratulations to the winner, which we will find out in a few, and hope to see ya soon. Thank you.
Shout out to Ringville, as I don't even see us on the screen.
I know, Sean. I was wondering where we went. That's why I didn't say nothing. I was like, are we on?
Well, by God, we're here. Oh.
You can't see me. Right after John Cena. Right after wait. Does this get to go on Botchamania?
I'm sure it does.
Yeah,
this whole fucking show will.
I love it. No, I love it. By the way, can I just say something? I love Kevin. I was gonna say this is my first time being introduced to him, and I was like, oh my God, I love him. I loved that video, by the way. I thought it was awesome.
Well-produced commercial. I mean, if you don't want me stumbling over your ad read, that's a nice
commercial
way to do
for
it.
me. I want one.
So, Denise, Independent Wrestler of the Year. This is going to be a very interesting talking point.
Why?
I'll show you why. The winner is Maya World, who in the last month since voting ended got signed to All Elite Wrestling.
Ooh. Okay, so I haven't seen her work yet, so I'm very excited to see her on AEW.
So not only that, Denise, Do you know who she beat out for second place?
Oh my gosh. Don't tell me it's you.
No, I wish. It's the 3-time winner, Matt Cardona, who just got signed to WWE.
What? The indie god? What?
So an AEW signed wrestler just beat a WWE signed wrestler for the Independent Wrestler of the Year award. And now we are guaranteed a new winner for 2026 because neither of them are eligible now.
So do they still get the award?
Yes, Maya World will get the award. She did not get signed until mid-December. Voting had already taken place. So, 11 and a half months of her year was like that.
Okay.
But Maya World wins. And we were fortunate enough to hear from Maya World.
Can't wait.
I just want to thank Sean Ross Sapp and everyone over at Fightful for voting me Indie Wrestler of the Year. I had such a great 2025. I started with debuting for Stardom, I debuted for Marvelous as well as TJPW, and I faced my mentor Athena. I did so much, and then I ended the year with getting signed by AEW. So thank you for this, and I'll keep it going in 2026.
I like her style too.
Oh, she's great. So do you want to hear some lore about Maya World?
Yes.
She appeared on, I think it was the Indeed podcast that we had at Fightful. And I joined, and she was like, Sean, you had me blocked on Twitter, right? I was like, really?
No, you didn't, Sean.
And I did. And Reg was like, what'd you do? Like that. And she was
what
like,
did you do?
No, it wasn't me. She was like, I might have said something a little cute about one of the stories years ago. So she would have been like a teenager, right? Like,
but you
she was
blocked
like
her. Were you blocked her over
Denise.
saying something a little cheeky
Denise,
about a story?
I have had, it wasn't that. It was, I've had 3 people that are wrestlers come up to me and say, you had me blocked when I was a Diva Stan account. 3.
Well, did I
wrestlers.
ever tell you that you blocked someone that I know in real life?
Good. They deserved it. They
Damn,
deserved
Sean.
it. Well,
I'm surprised you haven't blocked all of Twitter yet.
Well, listen, now I am a huge proponent of Maya World. I was saying that I was hoping she got signed over and over again throughout the year, and her and Hyann are going to have a great year, but her streak will end. We are guaranteed a new Independent Wrestler of the Year next year, Denise. Yes.
I have a question. So when you unblock someone, do you send them like a congratulations, you're unblocked email?
No, but I do get a lot of people asking other people. And listen, look at me right now.
You mean me?
If I've got you blocked, hit me up. I'm gonna look and see what you did. That will happen. But
Can you block me for like 24 hours? I would love to be on that list.
No, Denise, I'm not giving you the satisfaction. It would be a great moment for you. And the award for Moment of the Year is brought to you by Art of Words. You have to check out this perfect gift for the wrestling fan in your life. Philadelphia word artist Dan Duffy meticulously handwrites words to create stunning images of iconic people, places, and moments in history. So when WrestleMania 40 came to Dan's hometown, he knew he had to do a word art of wrestling legends. This artwork is handwritten with the date, location, and the championship matches from every WrestleMania in history. From top to bottom in ring, we have Shawn Michaels, The Rock, Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Charlotte Flair, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Brock Lesnar, Trish Stratus, Bret the Hitman Hart, Roman Reigns, Macho Man Randy Savage, and John Cena. Have fun finding your favorite ladder matches, tag teams, steel cages, and undisputed champs. Visit artofwords.com to purchase, and be sure to check out their full collection, made in the USA, free shipping, and a truly unique gift. Denise, when I was doing, if you guys believe this, we did do pre-production, and I was checking out the things on the back end. I go, oh my God, that's cool.
Yeah, no, right now when they popped up on the screen, I was like, wow. I've never seen somebody do that for wrestling. Like I've seen it for like other parts of, other art and stuff like that. But no, I'd never seen it for wrestling. I was amazed. And I'm just, every single time, I swear, I go online and I see some incredibly talented people. And I'm like, wait, Sean, what are you and I doing here? Like those people are far more talented. Get us off of this. They're more talented. That's amazing.
So Denise, for Moment of the Year, we've already, seen John Cena pop up as Wrestling News Story of the Year. Obviously, the heel turn, a big moment. We've had his retirement. That's a big moment. Are there any moments that stick out to you?
Besides what, like news moments?
Just moments in general.
Oh my, are you kidding me? Okay, I will tell you my favorite moment of last year. My favorite moment of last year was watching Hangman Page versus Will Ospreay literally just have the best match ever. I remember Reg and I were doing the watch along, and Sean, I felt like I was on a roller coaster. I felt like I was just on a roller coaster, and not even just a roller coaster of emotions, but you know that feeling that you get when you're on the ride and you're just like, just pure exhilaration. That is how I felt watching this match. And there's nothing better than when a match makes you feel that way. So when I think of 2025, that's not only my match of the year, but it's also one of my favorite moments as a wrestling fan, because all I ask for, it's very simple, Sean. All I ask for is to feel like this euphoric feeling when I'm watching wrestling, because it gives me like this high. Now I don't get high, so I need this high. And for me, like this is what does it.
What else are you doing on Saturdays? Because it doesn't seem like you're watching Collision because you run from the grind.
Oh, shut up. Oh my God, you do like 2 post shows on your channel and have everybody else work for you. I show up on my channel every day, Sean.
So?
Exactly. You want to talk about running from the grind?
That's you, Denise.
That's
you, Denise. Well, I'll tell you who didn't run from the grind. It's our moment of the year winner, Hangman Page, winning the AEW title at AEW All in Texas. I mean, this was sometimes a grueling story to get through. Sometimes, an uphill, downhill situation. Denise, Hangman Page has just been consistently a great performer and great character on wrestling TV. And it's not often you can have your moment twice, and he has.
By the way, I swear to God, I did not know this was happening next, because I'm like, yo, I just said Hangman Page and Will Ospreay, and then bam, Hangman Page is winning an award. Okay, first of all, you know what you should also include there? Hangman Page speaking Spanish this year. I was like, ooh, I couldn't love Hangman Page anymore, hey? No, but seriously, Hangman Page winning the title was such an awesome moment. I wasn't, getting to see Hangman like chase that bout with that moment when Hangman Page beat Will Ospreay, even though I have been praying and hoping for the moment that Will Ospreay wins that AEW World Championship. When Hangman won that match, I knew it was like, okay, this feels right. This feels completely right. This felt like the moment. And when he went afterwards and he had that program with Jon Moxley, I thought Jon Moxley's best match was with Hangman Page, like that whole year. Like that match that they had at All In was phenomenal. And that was the moment where I said, like, okay, all of this that I wasn't really feeling at the time finally paid off with this moment. And from here on, I think like things just like completely shifted. But no, I think Hangman Page has had a wonderful, wonderful story, not just in the last year, but throughout all of his time in AEW.
It was such a special moment, and being there live, it's one of those that I'll always remember. AEW's biggest show in the US so far. And I mean, listen, Hangman Page is a character that just never seems boring, right? Like
not with that face.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well,
I just said what everybody's thinking. You remember how he was on the night with Will Ospreay? You remember that like tension? I was like, yo, hey.
Well, my God.
I broke Sean. Can I get blocked now?
We're going to move on to the next award. The award for Story of the Year is brought to you by Jim Deuchars. It's poetry, perfectly executed spot, great storytelling in the ring, or a classic feud you remember the rest of your life. When it all comes together, it's poetry. Luchador Press brings you poetry in book form, and we are so proud to offer the latest edition from poet Jim D. Deuchars, Symphony in B-flat major. David Amram calls the work a great poetic picture of life on our planet. John Dorsey says these are wild words for uncertain times, and George Wallace describes Jim's poetry as a particular brand of nonsense and doggerel and fufara. I know some of those words. Symphony in B-flat major by Jim D. Deuchars is available now at barnesandnoble.com. And when asked for the author's book name or book title, just type in Jim D. Deuchars. We're going to have that in our description below. You can visit Jim's channel at youtube.com/Jim Deuchars and check out all the offerings of Luchador Press at SpartanPressKC.com/imprint/Luchador. Of course, he is frequently in our live chat, so we just appreciate him a lot. Denise, I'm going to get right to this because this goes hand in hand with our last winner. The story feud of the year goes to Hangman and Jon Moxley, of which I think had an incredible culmination and an incredible finish. But where do you stand on this? Because a lot of times during that Death Riders run, it could be a bit grueling.
Yeah, no. So this one's actually a little surprising to me, but I 100% get why the people voted for this match. I think they voted for this match because, again, we just talked about that really good feel-good moment when Hangman Page did win the title. The matchup was fantastic. And then the matches that followed afterwards, because they had more afterwards, definitely just had people like, all of a sudden they were like, hey, man, like, these are some of Jon Moxley's best matches that he's had in such a long time. Now, I truthfully have not, prior to the Hangman stuff, I was not a fan of what the Death Riders were doing, primarily because I wasn't a fan of like not showing the championship belt, etc. Right? Like those was just my gripes when I was watching. But once we finally got into the Hangman Page stuff, I was like, oh man, like this is suddenly starting to pick up and we're locked in. And in a way, it was like we so desperately want to see not just this brand new AEW World Champion, but we also want to see this AEW World Champion that we really, really feel strongly about. So I am not surprised why people chose this one at all. I totally get it. I think that people were just on a they were vibing with Hangman Page during this time and particularly his journey back to the AEW World Championship, especially coming off of that feud that a lot of people have not yet forgotten about, and we're still kind of seeing right now between Swerve and Hangman. And granted, that has morphed into something a little bit different right now, but regardless, I feel that the whole string of events that happened with Hangman Page is also what led to this award happening and the prior one, because I don't think without all of that, I don't think we would be voting for both of those at the moment if it didn't happen, all of that, as well as the stuff that he did with Will Ospreay as well.
Such a well-rounded performer, and he was the right person to take that title from Jon Moxley, and I think that led there. And there were some good feuds this year. There certainly were. I think there were some underrated feuds this year as well. And it's quite frankly a year where AEW had like Swerve out for a while, and Ospreay was out for a while, and Kenny was out for a while. Like you had these people that were missing, and this carried a big part of the summer, which has usually been a lull. And because they moved All In up in July, I think that helped kind of bridge that gap. But Hangman Page continuing to win.
Yeah, and we also saw the tail end of some other really great feuds that were from the year prior and at the top of last year. Like, I love that Kyle Fletcher Will Ospreay feud, by the way. Like, that was so fun. And we saw that end at the early last year. And then same thing with like, oh my gosh, like Tony and Blake and Mariah May. They still, like, the first couple of months of the year were still feuding, and they had some of their best stuff on there. So I think had some of that stuff not happened so early in the year, we probably would have been voting for them again for this time.
The award for men's best on promos or best on the mic is brought to you by BEACN. Audio sucks. We all know it. It's not a secret, but it doesn't have to, and that's where BEACN comes in. BEACN is redefining audio for creators who refuse to sound average, from podcasters and shoutcasters to streamers and live broadcasters. BEACN builds professional-grade audio tools that put clarity, control, and simplicity front and center. Instead of complicated setups and endless tweaking, BEACN focuses on intuitive hardware and smart software that work together seamlessly. That means cleaner sound, better balance, and real-time control over your mic, your mix, or your entire audio experience. Whether you're calling the biggest moments of the year, hosting long-form conversations, or creating live content for passionate fans, BEACN helps your voice come through exactly how it should. Clear, confident, and powerful. Audio isn't just background noise. It's how your audience connects with you. And when your audio is right, everything hits harder. Visit BEACN.com. That's BACN.com to learn more, or follow them on socials at BEACN, BACN. We thank them so much. Men's best on promos. I mean, talking feels like it's as important now as it's been since like the 90s. Like you got to be able to get over with a theme song or a promo or something like that. Cody's out there cutting passionate promos. You had The Rock popping up occasionally to cut promos. Then you've got Drew McIntyre, who always convinces, has convincing promos over in AEW. You've got Hangman and Swerve. You got Will Ospreay, who you believe everything that he says. In New Japan, you have Gabe Kidd, who you believe everything that he says as well. Who stands out to you?
Okay, so first of all, yeah, the second you said Drew McIntyre, I was like, yes, that's definitely somebody. And of course, we're always going to mention people like CM Punk and all of that. But I'm curious because a lot of, and Cody, I've got to mention Cody, of course. But I'm curious though, what was the voting like for John Cena, considering that he had he was
did well.
He did well. Okay, because
he did well,
that
and he did
face for, a heel for a good amount of time, and didn't always vibe with people.
He did well. I wouldn't say that I don't think he finished top 5, but let's find out who won, Denise, because the man is on fire. Hangman Page.
Damn! I told you that
Denise,
Spanish promo, it won people over.
Denise, not only did that you do rare, we'll see how well an individual promo of the year. When best on promos got voted, there were dozens of people that outright cited his Arena Mexico promo as one of those that did it. And
Dude,
then
it was so respectful. It was so nice. And I think now more than ever, you kind of needed a moment like that.
I mean, I think this is great. Hangman Page, I think this is his 9th award that he's won in the Fightful Awards, which is the most ever in the history of the Fightful Awards. 9 total across all the years. I don't know that there has been a more consistent wrestling performer than Hangman Page. I mean, he hasn't missed a ton of time or anything like that. Like he's always there. He is so reliable. He has just become that guy in pro wrestling, Denise.
Man, we got to get Hangman Page on here. These are his award shows now.
I know. He keeps a low profile. Unfortunately, we do not have an acceptance from Hangman, but he does have trophies coming his way, which I have been told he's very proud of. But the women's best on promos or best on the mic is also brought to you by BEACN. Our own Kate and also Alexis, who was previously a part of Fightful, both have absolutely loved their setups. Kate can't get over the upgrade. It was over her standard mic, and I can tell you, as her boss, it is absolutely a better setup than her old setup. You can spend a little bit more and properly get a setup to take a huge leap forward in quality. She also loves the small interface, which packs a lot of punch but is travel friendly. Visit beacn.com to learn more and follow them on socials at BACN. And listen, if BEACN gets into the internet provider game, Kate's going to be set up because their audio equipment that they provided her is phenomenal. It is seriously fantastic. Check it out, guys. Denise, I don't think that the women's best on promos is much of a dramatic selection here.
Can I guess?
Yeah, by all means.
Oh my gosh, I hope I don't guess the wrong person. But is it Timeless Toni Storm?
The winner is Timeless Toni Storm. I get the feeling that by the time we're done doing these awards, which is hopefully never, it will just be the Toni Storm, the Timeless Award, so to speak. Like, her work is incredible, and there are 2 particular promos that really just launched this year, and both of them were with Mariah May. There is, of course, the reveal that she was still Timeless Toni Storm. The what makes you think that I've forgotten? What makes you think that our dance is done? And then, of course, there's the one of which anytime things don't go Blake Monroe's way in NXT, people constantly refer to, where she says, I sentence you to a life of mediocrity. Talks about how her career it will be good, but never great. Oh my God. It's just like Toni Storm continued to do some really incredible things. Now, we've always heard that RJ City is a big driving force behind this, but Denise, you and I have both interviewed this woman. We have seen what she can do off the cuff as well, and it's next level.
Oh my gosh, she's fabulous. I don't know what else to say. I think that Toni Storm winning Best on Mic is 1000% deserved, spot on. When you were saying like, oh, there's 2 specific promos, I was just like, oh my God, there's so many. I can't even think of like which specific 2, but that line, the mediocrity line, I remember when she said that and it was like, oh my God, did you really say that? Damn, that's like the worst burn I've ever heard in my life because no one wants to be called that. So it was she just gets it, man. I don't know how else to explain it. One of the things that I always say that I want to see in wrestling is I want to see more larger than life characters, right? I want to see people that are so just different, right? Like we all think about those wrestlers that are different from anybody else. And you think about those names and you just think to yourself, like, damn, that person could never be recreated. This character could only ever have been done by this one person. And that is exactly how I feel about Toni Storm. I feel like this character just found her and she blossomed and it was just meant to be. Like this character picked Toni Storm like a rose and it took off from there.
I mean, just next level. She has run away with this award. I mean, it is wild. Like the first year, I believe the winner was Britt Baker and she's not even on TV anymore. Like,
okay, well, that's not going to happen to Toni Storm. Let's not put that out there.
It ain't going to happen to Toni Storm. But like you got Maxine Dupree, who is really emerging as confident on the microphone. You've got Becky Lynch doing incredible work everywhere. You're starting to see more promos out of women. I think that this year is going to be a big promo year for Mercedes Moné as she starts to lose titles. Lots of good stuff there. We have a few super chats and humper chats. C. Delgado goes best feud was Alex and Kate versus Freddie Got Fingered. Are you familiar with this lore, Denise?
No, I'm not.
Have you ever seen the movie Freddie Got Fingered?
Sean, please, you know me better than that.
It's Tom Green, and it's a horrible movie, but I've said this before. I watched it, and at some point, I was like, is this intentionally bad? Like, is this performance art? And I needed Alex and Kate to review this. So I spent over $1,000 to buy them personalized puppets of themselves. That was the deal, to get them to review this movie. And what resulted, Denise, was the longest review of that movie in recorded human history. Nobody has a longer review of Freddie Got Fingered than Fightful.com.
Nah, bro, I'm pissed because you made me watch that dumbass movie that one time and I didn't get anything for that. I didn't get no $1,000 puppet. I didn't even get no $10 for it. What the hell?
Well, listen, you're still getting booked, so there you go. Greg Terry Brand says, best feud could have been Shiloh Hill versus The Fog. I'm not counting on that, but you can count on Greg Cherry and his wonderful show. And our friend Terry Allen Jr. says, enjoying these with reactions from the wrestlers. Well, speaking of Greg Cherry is so back to support the Gear of the Year award. He has his own gear for you to check out at his merch store, GCB Clothing on Printify. Find his line of Politics is a Work shirt. If you like classic wrestling designs that are all sick of political BS, and let's face it, who isn't sick of it? Get one of Greg's shirts today. Tell the world that you think politics is a work and look sweet doing it. I believe I've seen Maven wearing one of Greg Cherry's shirts in the past, actually. Greg Cherry, of course, great friend of the show here. And Denise, this is one of my favorite awards because it's a Fightful original award. We've seen people come along and take our Hater of the Year award, which, listen, that's a Chappelle ripoff, but still, Gear of the Year is something that I really like because it's original, it's different, it embraces creativity. But are there any individual gears? And what I ask people to do is cite specifically the event as well. Are there any specific gears that you look at and say, that's a winner? Last year's winner, by the way, Sting and both of his sons for their retirement gear.
Okay, now you're asking for specifics. I can't think of specifics right now, but I got to shout out some people that I love their gear. The number one person, Mercedes Moné, not just her gear, but also like the way that she's always dressed up for promos or for anything. She's amazing when it comes to fashion. Mercedes Moné is definitely one of them. So Ruka, who I believe does her own gear, does she not? Her gear is just so creative and I love it. Tiffany Stratton, amazing gear. Got to shout her out. I love everything that she wears. Chelsea Green, who I think has some amazing, colorful, bright, well thought out gear. What year was it when Chelsea, was it last year or the year before when she did the one where she had the all white with her little face on it everywhere? Was that last year? Was
Oh
that
my
this year?
gosh.
Whatever
I
year it
think
was, I
last
vote
year.
that one. So that's the one I'm voting for.
Well, this one is honestly, I think is probably my favorite award. The award goes to Charlotte Flair, Survivor Series
Yes.
2025. And like I was flying home as this event took place, and I didn't get to see the inspiration behind this gear until the next day. It was a 7-year-old girl by the name of Scarlett who was battling a rare brain tumor, and her design inspired Charlotte Flair's design. And Charlotte Flair has just done such a selfless job of bringing attention to this cause. She's done a bunch of fundraisers, a lot of things like that to help raise funds for Scarlett, which is just such a lovely thing to do. So I got a little bit emotional tallying up these awards, Denise. I was so happy that our viewers voted that, and our voting took place. It started like a week after this, Denise, or maybe like a week or two after, and it was lopsided in her favor. I'm hopeful that we can get a hold of Scarlett. I would like to send her an award too for inspiring this, but Denise, that one made me proud. I'm very happy I'm happy that our readers voted this, and honestly, incredible gear.
Beautiful, awesome. I remember when Charlotte came out, I saw it and I was like, wow, that is so different. That is so unique. I love girly girl stuff. So when I saw the dazzles and the colorful and all of the designs in it, I thought this is so different for Charlotte Flair, because I love Charlotte's style, but she has a more like chic kind of look. And so when she went for this, I was blown away. And then I found out that, the story, and I thought, oh my God, this made it even like, wow, just much more powerful. I had already loved it just from seeing it, and then hearing the story, I was like, okay, well, now this also, makes sense. But I thought that the gear was wonderful, and I think she's worn like different variations now. I think I just saw one the other day where she was wearing like a different variation of it, and I loved it so much. I wish that they did more stuff with this print, with this kind of design. Like, this should be Charlotte's thing, because it's such a unique it's very, very unique. I really like it a whole lot.
Check out Charlotte's socials, guys, if you're interested in helping out that cause as well. But Denise, I remember when you and I started to cover Raw, and you would think that every woman on that show just wore their gear and a merch shirt when they were out, because they weren't allowed to wear like regular clothes out to the, to the ring.
They weren't. Yeah.
And it was just, oh, well, here they are in their gear, even though they're not wrestling, and here's their shirt with the arms cut off. And in recent years, 4 or 5 years ago, they really encouraged these people, like, no, let's express yourselves. And you're like, oh yeah, these are fashionable celebrities that brands want to tie themselves to and be a part of. And you're starting to see, I mean, not starting to, but you've seen that so much more now.
I especially love when talent also makes their own gear. Like, I just think, like, what a talent to have. Come on now. Like, Bianca Belair, we know she does it. It's just something that I think is incredible. I know Chelsea Green doesn't wear the same gear twice. Think about how much work you have to do to not wear the same gear twice. Like, we don't give people enough credit for this. Liv Morgan, by the way, who I believe, if I were to like raid anyone's closet, it would be Liv Morgan, because she gets it. She's on point and she's on trend all the time.
And also, I mean, you've got people like Lindsay Dorado and Gia Miller who make gear for other wrestlers as well. But Dwayne says Megan Bain's gear always looks great. Yes, it does. And Bill Alphabet says Puppet Mania was the best storyline of 2025. Well, moving on. The award for funniest wrestler of the year goes to our friend Meat Enormous. This is a public service meat announcement for your tribal beef. He has no issue with vegans. Miss Kate Fabe is amazing. Cows and lamb are grass-fed. Pigs and chicken eat corn or whatever. He does have a problem with how I cook my steaks. Me eating steaks well done. He's saying I probably put ketchup on my steak. No, absolutely not.
Don't lie to the people, Sean. We also know you eat leather.
No, fruit leather. No, I don't put ketchup on my steak. Occasionally, if I'm feeling it, maybe a little dab of A1, just for being nostalgic. And yeah, I like my steak cooked, meat Normus. Anyway, he says,
Wow,
congrats.
Sean, I'm ashamed of you.
He says, let's campaign for a meat match of the year award next year. Well, I mean, listen, you already got a meat stable of the year award. Now, Denise, last year was the first time we did this award. We did a vote, and Chelsea Green and Harley Cameron tied. So we did a revote, and Chelsea Green and Harley Cameron tied. So we said we're giving the award to both of them last year. It was not a tie this year. Who do you think emerged?
I don't know. I think wait, was it still between both of them though? Or were there any other parties? Because I would imagine Tony Storm could be in that category. Of course, I'd put Harley back in there. Of course, Chelsea's still in there. Who am I not thinking about?
It did come down to Chelsea Green and Harley Cameron.
Again? Oh, shit.
And by 5 votes.
5?
Five votes. The winner is Harley Cameron.
Man.
And listen, a lot of that has to be on the Mini Monet. She created this puppet. Like, they would have sold like crazy had they sold them, Denise, but they didn't. That was a dropped ball, but she continues to be hilarious. How are you feeling about her emerging victorious over Chelsea, Tony, and so many others?
That's a big, big accomplishment right there. That cannot be undone whatsoever, because you were up there with a lot of women that are hella freaking funny, man. But I think that Harley's had a great breakout year this year, not only as a comedic character. We already know she's very talented when it comes to the musical side of things, but also the in-ring side of it. Harley has came in the air. She came in like a wrecking ball. You know, all of a sudden it's like, dang, Harley, how are you good at all of these different traits, girl? Like, usually people are like good at one and they run with it. Nah, she's kind of like, you know, picking out a little bit of everything. She's got a buffet of talents. This is all I've got to say.
She did tell me like she's got a few that haven't been revealed as well, and she's going to wait to reveal them.
You know, she speaks Mandarin too.
Yeah, I did know that. It's pretty crazy, right? Well, let's hear from the winner, the wonderful Harley Cameron.
This is Harley Cameron to accept the Fightful's 2025 Funniest Wrestler. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is last year's award. I seem to have won last year and this year. Please, the correct award. Thank you. I wanted to say... I'm sorry. This is the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship, which I also seem to have won. Please, the correct award. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it's... Oh, sorry, this is my prized beast that I also seem to possess. Please, the correct award. Here we go. 2025 Fightful's Funniest Wrestler. I won it alone this year. Last year I shared it with Chelsea Green. In fact, I thought you were going to take it home solo this year, Chelsea. But what happened? You're very funny, very attractive. I think about you often. And I expect you to win it next year, and then the third year, we will battle at dawn. I've got to go. My dog's giving me a bark.
I'm dying when she said... Okay, it's funny because to be voted most funniest, it's like you have the pressure of having to be funny, and she went out there and I was like, oh shit, that's funny. And then it just got funnier as it went on. Like, how did it get funnier? It got funnier.
I was looking out of the frame and I was like, what is oh, that's her dog. That's her dog.
No, her dog was so cute. He was just like taking over her completely. Oh man, but that part about Chelsea, I died. If we ever see like Chelsea versus Harley in some Twilight Zone world, I don't even know what I would have to probably buy front row tickets for that.
They were so happy last year when I told them that they tied again. Like they were so they both found that as amusing as it needed to be, and I think it said a lot about them as people as well. But
5 votes, that's crazy.
5 votes, and we get thousands of those votes every year. The award for Tag Team Match of the Year is donated on behalf of Save the Santos, who rescues unwanted adoptable dogs of the island and transports them to New Jersey. In addition to saving these dogs, they also help pet owners in Puerto Rico by providing food, shelter, spay, neuter, flea tick, heartworm prevention, vaccines, and veterinary care to families in need. They even neuter and release dogs who aren't ready to be home to control the stray population. Please consider supporting this wonderful organization at savethesatos.org. This was from our good friend New Lac City. And listen, my wife and I, in the town that we previously lived in, we vetted, helped care for, and rehomed, I think it was over 50 cats, 20 dogs. And it is a task to do that. And this organization is wonderful at helping make that happen. Go to savethesantos.com. Or savethesantos.org. I apologize. There was a typo there, but thank you so much for New Lac City. You can actually go to the link in the description below that will recite it a lot better than I did. Tag team match of the year, Denise. A lot more emphasis on tag team wrestling, especially for women. Like both companies like put a lot of emphasis on that. But on the men's side, you have FTR reemerge. You had Brodito emerge. The Young Bucks had their best year in a long time. Who are you thinking of?
I'm thinking it's going to be the all-in match with the Bucks and Swerve and Will, because I know that match was like top, like match of the year for a lot of people. So I imagine it would be the best tag team match, right?
Well, Denise, how about we find out? The winner is the Young Bucks versus Will Ospreay and Swerve at AEW All in Texas. Again, I was there for this. The night was memeable for Swerve wearing that and looking up at Hangman Page, but this match specifically really stood out. They had the founding fathers like floating boat illusion that they did there.
Oh yeah, well. Yeah. Those are the founding father stuff was pretty hilarious. But yeah, this match was fun. Like a banger, man. It was just like boom, boom, boom kind of action.
It was. I mean, they really stood out, and Swerve again missed part of the year. Ospreay has been out for months and months and months, but listen, I don't know that a year is going to go by where Will Ospreay doesn't find a way to come in and win something, Denise. In fact, we reference FTR and Ospreay often because they have had situations where they almost split their own vote because they have so many good matches. FTR was definitely in that boat again this year. They had a lot of good matches, and that sort of split them downwards. And then the people that wanted to vote for Swerve, Ospreay, Hangman, or Swerve, Ospreay, Young Bucks had this one centralized thing. But this beat, things that would happen like blood and guts and war games and the like as well. But tag team match of the year. And I think that's only going to get more competitive as the years go on, with the women's tag divisions having a big step up. And speaking of, the award for Women's Tag Team of the Year is brought to you by Wrestle Radio Australia, Australia's longest running wrestling podcast, live every Thursday on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube with Making Chicken Salad. They break down the latest Aussie news, shows, world wrestling news, and call out what was chicken salad and what was absolute chicken shit this week in wrestling. Catch the podcast the next day and follow them on Facebook, X, and Instagram. Just search Wrestle Radio Australia. Now, this spot was also donated by someone who wished to remain anonymous, and we thank them so much for their kindness. That is one of the things I love about the Fightful Awards. We have our viewers reach out and they say, hey, I got a friend that does this. There's a cause that does this. I would like to donate a spot. So shout out to that anonymous member. Now, Denise. Tag Team of the Year. AEW established their division maybe a little late in the year. WWE poured an awful lot of resources into theirs to the point to where you had Nikki Bella getting world title shots off of like 15 straight losses because they put everybody in the tag team division. You have had people like Zaruka and NXT go over to TNA. You had the Inspiration, who just left TNA, have their Knockouts title run. Anybody stand out as a potential women's tag team of the year?
I feel like this one had to have, like, if you had a bunch of cups with a little bit of juice on each one, that's how I imagine the women's tag team division, because there were so many, and all of them had like a good amount of like matches or moments, and there were so many different partnerships, and we're seeing even more now. I'm really curious to see who took this one. I would imagine that it was a little neck and neck.
Oh, it was neck and neck and neck and neck and neck and neck. I think there were 6 or 7 different acts that got over 10%, including, like, listen, to be real with you guys, Japan doesn't get as much love because we are an American outlet. Last year, Hazuki won Women's Match of the Year with Mercedes Moné, but like that was close. But the winner might surprise some people. It is Judgment Day's Roxanne and Raquel. Now, I think, Denise, that actually their individual efforts and their backstage segments ended up leading to this. Liv Morgan got hurt, and it threw everything in disarray. And they're like, all right, let's put Roxanne here. And then every week, you start to see Roxanne and Raquel sort of be the glue of the Raw show as far as an in-ring perspective with the women. I mean, they did a great job. They probably didn't even team together that much, but as a unit, you can tell that they were an integral part of WWE Raw.
For sure, that's what I was thinking about right now. When they popped up as the winners for a second, I was like, oh yeah, that's true. Like, they're still considered a tag team, and they did have so many of these tag team matches. But I feel like I remember their individual matches a little bit more. Like, when you said that, I was like, yeah, I remember like a million Roxanne Perez matches, and Raquel has had this amazing year where she's like, you know, she's big sexy, right?
Yes.
She's definitely growing, and I feel like a lot of what helped this award here in particular is those backstage segments between them, is the fact that, you know, without Liv Morgan, who's such a massive star and had one of the biggest years prior to getting hurt, without her, they could have completely drowned, but they didn't. Yeah. If anything, you ended up seeing Raquel sort of really fall into place. And so I feel like that really helped, like, in a way, kind of helped out Raquel sort of shine on her own. Whereas Roxanne, you know, she went from being a singles competitor on NXT to kind of doing a little bit of both on Raw. So I do find this pick very interesting, I think, but I think part of it has to do with the fact that you do see them on screen together a lot.
Yeah, and this is an award that could technically be free-birded. A lot of Judgment Day votes, a lot of Liv and Raquel votes as well, and that really, honestly, it put them over the top. But let's hear from the winners, Raquel and Roxanne.
Well, look at who it is, Rox. Fightful! Now that you're here, I just wanted to say thank you. We just wanted to say thank you so much for choosing us as the best tag team of 2025. But
we already knew that.
And truly, it doesn't matter if it's Rox and I, Liv and I, or Liv and Rox, because
at the end of the day, we already know that we're the best tag team in the world. And Raquel will be Women's World Champion, and me and Liv will be Women's Tag Team Champions. Because Judgment Day is always on top.
You made the right choice.
I definitely think that them as a unit, Liv's contributions as well, and honestly, just more of like best women's duo or best women's group than anything else, but that did push them over the top.
I like their promo too, by the way. Like, you can tell there was like, I could tell that took like one take. They were like, we got this, let's go. I could tell, it was great.
We are thankful to shine light on another great nonprofit organization as we award the Men's Tag Team of the Year, also courtesy of an anonymous donation. NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, is the nation's largest grassroots mental health organization dedicated to building better lives for the millions of Americans affected by mental illness. They are aligned with 650 local affiliates and 49 state organizations, all working in your community to raise awareness and provide support and education that was not previously available to those in need. They provide hundreds of resources completely free. If you're struggling every day, or you just need it to be a little bit easier, log on to NAMI.org to get started. Listen, I am so happy that someone donated this. When I wrestled Shaza McKenzie a few years ago, it was to raise funds for NAMI. and we were fortunate enough to do very, very well there. I've done NAMI walks here in Lexington for, since 2012. So 13, 14 years. They have been phenomenal for my community. And listen, my family has helped out with NAMI for years and years and years. Just a wonderful cause. And speaking of, Meet Normus sends a super chat saying, Kate made me be mean to SRS. We're good, bruv. We are good because I can use NAMI. I've got NAMI to help me out when you got to be mean to me. But men's tag team of the year, Denise, we got 2 tag teams from the match of the year, obviously, but Swerve and Ospreay probably ain't winning tag team of the year. You've got FTR winning tag team titles. You have Judgment Day, who, again, JD McDonough was so underrated, and he was a glue of WWE Raw as well. You've got the Rascals, who have always got to be in the consideration there as they move to AEW. Anybody that stands out to you as tag team of the year?
I'm going to say the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks, I thought they were fantastic. They had a lot of really great matches this year. So I would say the Young Bucks. And selfishly, I love Brodito, but I don't think they were together enough to win the vote. Or maybe they did. I don't know. But I love them too. So I want to shout them out.
Well, Denise, if there's one thing I just love, it's making you happy because the winners are Brodito.
I didn't think they'd actually win. I was like, were they together enough for them to actually win? Oh, I'm so happy. Wait, this is like the best news ever. I love Brodito. Well, loved Brodito. You know,
this is another instance of great tag team wrestlers, great tag team run, incredible individual efforts as well that kept these two on the screen nonstop. Like you could not escape Brody King and Bandito throughout 2025, Denise, because both of them did really great stuff from the end of 2024 all through. I mean, Bandito had one of the best matches I've ever seen in my life against Takeshita at ROH. Like it was unbelievable. And then they go out, they become a tag team. At first you're like, that's random. And then they just absolutely kill it, Denise.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I wasn't sure if they were going to get like enough votes or what. I honestly thought that they would be sort of looked over. And the fact that they weren't makes me incredibly happy because they were such a unique tag team with both of it's funny because like I was about to say like power and speed, but that can't be right because Bandito has like crazy strength, crazy power, and he can still do all of these cool athletic things. And then you got Brody, who's like, you know, super big, super meaty, and he's also super strong, but he also is so hard hitting. So like you just had the best combinations of skills and pro wrestlers, and they look so cool, and they legit, like, I don't know, I see them and like I respect them because they're so talented, and I like their vibe together.
Let's hear from the winners, Brodito.
This is Brody King and Bandito, and we just want to thank Fightful.com and all those who voted to make us the best tag team of 2025.
Yeah, thank you very much to everybody. And this is only the beginning of Brodito. Thank you so much. Boom, boom, boom.
Incredible.
Let's go, Sean.
Incredible.
Come on. We gotta be a tag team here. Now you gotta bark too,
Oh,
Sean.
come on. Come on. You hit me in the nuts and threw me over the top rope.
So we're not a tag team no more? Well, we can't have hard times? Hard times breed better men, bro. Haven't you heard that? Come on.
BlueChew.com and the code Fightful.
Hey, that's my line.
Well,
All right.
despite this next award, Greg Cherry is not a hater. He supported us with multiple awards tonight, including the Big Boss Man Memorial Hater of the Year Award. In addition to his own brand with game shows, interviews, and more, he's also holding a Royal Raffle charity drive, raising funds for Safe Horizon, a charity supporting victims of domestic abuse. To find out more about all this, go subscribe to the Greg Cherry brand on YouTube and find him on social media everywhere at Greg Cherry brand. Go check out links in the description below. Greg Cherry, a great friend of Fightful, a lovely human being, a wonderful dude who is absolutely not a hater, but Denise, there are plenty of haters in pro wrestling.
Am I guessing now? Drew,
Yeah, go ahead, guess.
Naomi. Okay, those are the first two that come into my mind right now. Drew and Naomi are like the top ones that I'm thinking of.
See, I think Naomi would have ran away with this award had she been around all year. I think that she would have just dominated this, and it wouldn't even be remotely close if this was a situation where she had, obviously great news, she's pregnant, but I think that she would have dominated it, but she did not win it, Denise.
So Drew won it?
Drew McIntyre did not win for the
Wait,
second year in a
who
row.
am I forgetting? What?
The winner is Ricochet.
Oh, yes, that makes sense. Yeah, he did a lot. Yeah, he did a lot of hating. Yep.
He did an incredible amount of hating. We tried to get him to do a video, and he told me that he would do one. And then 34 minutes ago, he said, haha, just seeing this. Got home from Mexico. Too bad. Aha!
Wait, Sean, do it again. Do it again. Oh my God. Yeah, Ricochet was all over the place. Like even on social media, he was talking his stuff, just everywhere. So yeah, this makes a lot of sense.
He really, really emerged as a true hater this year and did such a great job at it. He worked an awful lot of people into shoots on social media. And to me, if you can work somebody into a shoot in wrestling, which is a work, that's a great sign of a good hater, Denise. And this is, again, an award I'm so proud that we started to give away. But hopefully we'll be able to speak to Ricochet about his Hater of the Year award sooner than later. But, this next one's going to be controversial, Denise.
What is it?
The award for Finisher of the Year is brought to you by Carl Allen Media. Ever see a wrestling photo that immediately makes you check when that promotion's running your town next? Ever scroll past a shot so clean, you have to know who took it? Ever see a portrait that makes a mid-card guy look like a main eventer? That's Carl Allen Media. Documenting AAW, Mondo Lucha, RPW, Fourth Wall Wrestling, and shows across Wisconsin and the Midwest. Ringside action and killer portraits that capture what makes your favorites iconic. The photos that end up in wrestlers' profile pictures, the shots that get signed at meet and greets, the images that make a show feel like it matters. When a promotion books Carl Allen Media, you know they're serious about looking legitimate. That's KARLALAN Media, Milwaukee-based, Midwest-wide. Follow the work. Support the shows that invest in looking unforgettable. I cannot tell you how many people I have seen with Carl Allen Media profile pictures over the years. And listen, because he gets that great finishing shot, Denise, but Finisher of the Year. We've had Hangman win in the past. We had Bronson Reed with the Tsunami. I think it's kind of cool that something like a lariat and a splash, as simple as they might be, maybe there's a little flip added, can lead to Finisher of the Year. But how are you feeling about Finisher of the Year?
I don't know, because you said that this was controversial. I don't know how it could be controversial.
Oh, I do. It's controversial, and the winner knows that it's controversial because the winner is Sol Ruka's Soul Snatcher, one of the most polarizing wrestling moves in the world. Now, listen, beautiful move. A lot of people love it because of how it looks. The NXT crowd loves it. A lot of people don't like it because of how it's set up. I think there's going to be people in our chat that are like, WTF? How on earth? But look, there's a lot of people that are putting it over. There we go. So I'm not even going to have you talk about it. I'm going to go straight to the woman herself. Let's hear from Sol Ruka. And I am here with the 2025 winner of Finisher of the Year, Sol Ruka. We were just talking about this whole snatcher a few weeks ago, and now our viewers have voted it Finisher of the Year. Sol Ruka, congratulations. You got one of these coming your way.
That's so exciting.
So how you feeling? I mean, this move, I mean, you've had it on the NXT stage, big stages at this point. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I mean, I feel like this year has been crazy for me. Won the tag team of the year and also the NXT Women's Superstar of the Year, and now finisher of the year. Like, honestly, I'm honored and I'm really proud of myself. And I think this is just like really cool. And honestly, shout out to all of the haters. I know that's cringy to say, but to be honest, without them, like, I don't think the Soul Snatcher would have evolved as much as it has. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for the ones that stuck up for me. And just thank you guys for pushing me and, making me step outside of my comfort zone and try new stuff.
I'm so happy for her. I love the move. I can't help but to get excited when I see her hit it from all directions. I'm just like, damn, how'd she do that? Even though I've seen it like 100 times, I still get like, I'm still in awe of the move. So I'm a fan of it. I'm sorry. I do not subscribe to the controversy for her move.
I don't either. I think that she will continue to evolve it. And the longer she gets into her career, it won't be a thing where people go, oh, okay, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I think they'll find ways to make sense. I think she'll probably evolve it to where on the main roster, they will, you know what I mean? It'll have logical situations. And she told me that she's got a bunch that she stores away in her memory banks to use at the appropriate time. We have a full interview with Sol Ruca. It'll be up early for early access Fightful Select subscribers. Of course, always subscribe to Fightful Select for the best wrestling news. But it'll drop Friday on YouTube, and we talk about the Soul Snatcher, the entire thing. Like, I used to do a feature called Making a Finisher that people loved. This is a nice step in bringing that back. But Sol Ruca, who was our Rookie of the Year a number of years ago, now, listen, she's winning the Big Girl Awards now, taking it from the guys. She's saying, no, Bronson Reed, no Hangman Page. That's mine's now.
I love it. You love to see it. You love to see it. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I gotta root extra hard now that you said that.
Commentator of the Year award is also brought to you by Matthew Hooks. Need someone to lend a voice to your brand or business? Matthew Hooks of Hooked In Voiceovers is the man for you. He takes a personal approach to any client, giving the right voice to their product or service. Visit www.hookedinvoiceovers.com or email hookedinvoiceovers@gmail.com to learn more. Ask any questions or even email potential projects to him. He's easy to work with. Turnaround times for projects are as short as 24 hours. His website includes demos, pricing, and contact information, referrals, and so much more. Log into hookedinvoiceovers.com and get started on your title moment today. And I meant to say log on to, not into. You don't have to log in. You just log on to Hooked In Voiceovers. Matthew, I blew your ad read. I screwed up big time. Sorry.
Okay, first of all, Sean, rule number 1, if you mess up during an ad read, don't tell anybody because most people won't notice. Like, I didn't even realize you messed up until you said you messed up. Then I was like, I
messed it up, but that happens to anybody that's on the mic long enough, Denise. We have had...
Not to me. Next time, you know what? How about 5th Annual Fightful Awards? I read the ads.
Every year.
Speak properly, Sean.
Every year, we have had a different commentator of the year, Denise.
Yes.
And that trend continues this year. So, Michael Cole is a previous winner. Excalibur is a previous winner. Nigel McGuinness is a previous winner. Who do you think took home announcer of the year?
Oh, I know. Hands down, 100% of the votes went to Shucky Ducky Quack Quack, Booker T.
I love Booker T on commentary. I love it. Like, when I don't cover NXT Weekly, I watch it after the fact. I could not hate that man on commentary, but he didn't win. The winner is, and this is a feel-good story, Ian Riccaboni.
Oh, how sweet.
Who not only does a fantastic job on Ring of Honor, he had the opportunity a lot this year, Denise, to fill in on AEW Dynamite, which I think got him a ton of votes. Like, there was a real big surge early on. Like, his work was so well received for AEW Dynamite, and I think it carried over an awful lot to ROH as well, because then you hear on the ROH pay-per-views, I think, you know, it made me happy. He's a great guy and an incredible talent. And now we are in the Rickabone zone, Denise.
Look, all I gotta say is that I feel like sometimes we kind of get stuck with the same announcers for years and years and years. And as we evolve, I do think that you need to bring on new voices that can bring in different styles, different flavors. And so I'm not surprised that Ian Riccaboni that has not only brought in more of a different flavor, but I think enthusiasm goes in a long way. And then on top of that, he really cares and is knowledgeable. And I think Ian Riccaboni is one of the nicest people that I've met in in wrestling. So I'm just thoroughly happy for him to get his work recognized in commentary.
Well, let's go get ourselves a taste of the Rickabone zone right now.
Hey, this is pretty cool, huh? What does it say? Announcer of the Year, Ian Riccaboni. Announcer of the Year is an individual award, but for me, it was all about being a part of some great teams in 2025. I wouldn't have this award if it wasn't for my broadcast partner in Ring of Honor, Caprice Coleman. We've been a team together, I think the longest on television together for 7 years now. Been together in some form or fashion for 9. Excalibur for letting me have a bit of a lane on Dynamite. Taz for giving me tremendous advice week after week. Nigel McGuinness, last year's winner of this award, for giving me some tips and tricks on some storytelling, ways to enhance matches. And my mentors, Tony Schiavone and good old JR. It's been a blessing to be a part of teams on Ring of Honor and in AEW. And to me, this just shows that I was a part of some great teams this year and part of some tremendous professional wrestling. I hope to think of this almost like an award for Robert Horry. He was one of the great swingmen in the NBA. He could start, he could come off the bench, but he was always ready to hit the big shot. Most importantly, he was on some of the greatest teams in NBA history. So I look at this, when I see this on my desk, I'll be thinking of this as a team award. So I want to thank Sean. I want to thank someone that I pulled a John Travolta and Adina Mazinder, Denise Salcedo, and I want to thank everybody at Fightful for this recognition. Thank you so much, and I'll treasure this.
Okay, I gotta say something so funny about this. So Ian, when I did Ring of Honor, he felt so bad that he botched my last name. And he was so apologetic about it. And I was like, dude, it's not a big deal, at all. And so that's why right now he was like, I gotta do that. And so the fact that he remembered.
I was
Ian.
I was just talking to Tony Khan about you working ROH, actually, about when you did that show. And do you remember that night? It was the night that we did the GCW spot.
That was the day. Yep.
Oh my
Yep.
God. So we had to drive.
That was also when I realized that you had the world's skinniest thighs.
Oh, wow.
Listen, when I threw you over, I was like, where's his leg at?
Listen, Fightful and thighs, they go together so well.
Get out of here, Sean.
The award for men's singles match of the year is brought to you by DJ Chili Wonka. What do pro wrestling fans want to do more than watch pro wrestling? Talk about pro wrestling. DJ Chili Wonka on YouTube is where the talk begins. A passionate, lifelong pro wrestling fan, Dion talks about everything to do with pro wrestling. He has WWE PLE reviews, AEW pay-per-view reviews, fantasy booking, video essays, top 10 lists, predictions, all kinds of thoughts about the art form we all know and love. Also, follow DJ Chili Wonka on Instagram and TikTok for pro wrestling news, hot takes, fun facts all week, every week. Whether it's a video talking about the superstars in WWE who should turn heel, or a video that's informing fans that Macho Man wrestled a hamster once on the Weird Al show, DJ Chili Wonka has it all. So give him a follow, subscribe, and listen to passionate content about pro wrestling. That's DJ CHILIWONKA at YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Remember one thing, fans, keep talking about pro wrestling. Keep talking about pro wrestling. Singles match of the year, Denise. There were a lot of good ones this year. I mentioned earlier Takeshita, Bandito. There was Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd. This is men's singles match of the year specifically. So there's Bandito and Hechicero. There's just a wealth of phenomenal matches. There's Moxley and Hangman. There's Hangman and all kinds of people. God, John Cena and Cody Rhodes, John Cena and AJ Styles having some of the most unbelievable matches out there. Who are you looking at as men's singles match of the year winner?
I have one pick and one pick only. Hangman versus Will.
God damn it, she's done it again. She's done it again.
Am I really? Yeah!
The winner is Hangman Page versus Will Ospreay in the finals of the Owen.
Happy. This is like validation, you know, like validation that, like, you know, it was like for what can I say? I was saying how much I love this match earlier and how I thought this was like legitimately the highlight of the year for me, and I will never forget how fun this was. Oh my God. And everybody thought Will was going to win. I thought Will was going to win. But by the end of it, everybody was like, nah, Hangman was the right choice. Like, how do you go? Think about that, Sean. How do you go from everybody being like, oh, this guy's going to win, to by the end, you're like, you know what? I was wrong, but I'm okay with it. This is the right guy won.
And Denise, look, at the time, you know, a lot of people were pushing for Will Ospreay to win, but then as the Moxley title reign went on, people were like, maybe it should be Hangman. And I look at how things unfolded after that. If Will would have won, how different would AEW have been after that? Because his neck injury happened right after, like very soon after All In. Like, he wasn't wrestling a lot after that. So I mean, listen, Will Ospreay winning tag team match of the year and singles match of the year. Whew. And then
I'm just glad that people didn't forget what an amazing year he had, because he was gone for the last couple of months.
And look at how all these people weaved into one another, Denise. Hangman, Swerve who won tag team match of the year, Ospreay in with both of them, the Young Bucks who helped tell that story. And then with moment of the year and story of the year, Jon Moxley finally letting go of that AEW title. Were there some tough times during that Death Rider story? Absolutely, there were. There were times where I wanted them to just reverse course. In the end, it ended up working out very, very well, Denise.
Yeah, man, I'm really happy right now. I got to tell you, I you know, Will Ospreay, has always been one of my favorites, but right now that he's been gone, man, I miss him more than ever. Like, you know, that's not to say that other people haven't been killing it, but the matches that Will Ospreay puts on, I would go on to say that all his fans here, they know that they miss him, and everyone's just like, damn, I can't wait for Will Ospreay to come back, because he just put on such fantastic work. And, you know, we talk a whole lot about Hangman Page, but damn, man, we're lucky to have Will Ospreay out here doing the wrestling that he's doing.
WrestleStats has returned to sponsor the women's match of the year. Who should not subscribe to WrestleStats.com? If you don't think, or if you think that wins and losses don't matter, don't subscribe to WrestleStats.com. If you think championships are just a prop, don't subscribe to WrestleStats.com. If you don't want daily and AEW stats sent straight to your email, don't subscribe to WrestleStats.com. Oh yeah, if you like spending money, don't subscribe to WrestleStats.com, because it's 100% free at WrestleStats. That's RASSLESTAS.com. You might be the type to say, I don't care if Ivy Nile was 0-6 when she got a title match on Raw. Or you might say, the TNT Championship dominated Collision last year. Big deal. Those are the kinds of people who absolutely shouldn't subscribe to WrestleStats.com. That's right. All you people should block WrestleStats on social media. You should add WrestleStats.com to your parental controls and continue to watch every WWE and AEW show without any proof to back up your wrestling arguments with your friends. For everybody else, though, WrestleStats.com and WrestleStats on social media are free. Subscribe now and join the cult of probabilities.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. It's good.
It's good shit.
Yeah.
WrestleStats.com.
Yeah. I was just looking at it right now, too. I was like, ooh, WrestleStats, doc. I love stats. I love fun facts. I'm bad at math. I need somebody else to do it for me. So great stuff.
Here's some stats for you, Denise. I predict with 100% certainty you are going to guess the women's singles match of the year.
Well, I would say it would be a tie, right? I don't know. The Rhea Io match at Evolution. or the WrestleMania triple threat match. Those are my 2 predictions. Oh no, hold on. I forgot the Hollywood ending. Oh my God, I have 3 women's matches.
So to be fair, 2 of those comprised, probably over half the vote.
Okay, so it was the 2 first that I mentioned, right?
It was the WrestleMania match, and it was the Tony Mariah match.
Oh, wait, so how did Rhea and Io do?
It got good votes, but the WrestleMania match got higher votes.
Oh, yeah. No, man, they all killed it. I don't know which way the voters are going. I'm going to go ahead and say the triple threat, though, especially because of how much it stood out on such a big card. Or no, I'm wrong.
I should have subscribed to WrestleStats.com because Denise was wrong. The winner is the Hollywood ending.
Damn.
Tony Storm versus Mariah May. So now we have a current WWE star who won an award against a current AEW star. Denise, I found this match perfect. The only thing not perfect about this match
was that it ended and we didn't want it to.
Was that it wasn't the main event. That's how I felt. I saw people say, well, Mariah was leaving. I don't care. I don't think there was a more perfect way to ever end a wrestling show, Denise, than in your city, LA, Hollywood.
I was there.
You were there, but at the Hollywood ending, they should have had a giant curtain close across the stage and end the show. It would have been perfect, Denise.
They went all out. That match was magnificent. And you got to understand, like, this is a match that everybody has talked about for such a long time. And I don't want people to think, oh, people are talking about it because it stood out from other matches that weren't great. Nope, absolutely not. Because a lot of people forget that amazing steel cage match with Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher was on that exact same show. And yet people were saying that was the match that they wanted to main event that night. Do you have any idea how good you have to be for people to say you want that match to main event over this other amazing match? That just goes to show how much that they went out there and they did such a fantastic job. That match was amazing. I'm actually really glad that it's getting the love that it deserved, especially because that happened so early on in the year. And for people to have this lasting impact of it till the voting happened is incredible.
And I see somebody in the chat saying that Kamitani and Nakano were robbed. They got a good amount of votes as well. Like, again, an American-based outlet, obviously you're going to get more votes for American-based wrestling, but they got really good votes. And I mean, last year, Hazuki won with Mercedes for a New Japan match. So I thought this match was incredible. This was a phenomenal year for women's wrestling in a one-on-one or singles capacity. Jim Deuchars says, thanks for the kind words, Sean. Always a joy to have you back with us on Fightful, Denise. I read the next line of that. He's saying, always a joy, Denise. And congrats to all the winners. You got a compliment, Denise. I hope you're happy.
I needed that because I've been here stuck with you. So I needed a compliment. Needed a boost to my spirit.
Denise, I got a question for you.
Oh, no. Is it a hard question?
Nah, do you like video games?
Yes.
Well, the dorks at GRCT like them too. And the award for Best Talent Media of the Year is brought to you by them. GRCT is a YouTube channel and podcast of lifelong family and friends who share a love for all things video games, and they're bringing it to you, maybe even consistently sometimes, with series like Recalling the Plot, where they break down stories and your lore with your favorite games, and video games that need a revisit, which spotlights games that don't get enough attention. GRCT hopes to provide a place for geeks and gamers to chill and celebrate the hobbies that they love. But GRCT doesn't just stop at gaming. They have tier lists of all kinds, from breakfast foods to Scooby-Doo villains. No matter the subject, GRCT has a blast fighting amongst each other and hopes that you will too. Please find Giraffe, Rooster, Cousin, and more over at GRCT at youtube.com/@GRCT. Oh, and one more thing. Remake The Legend of Dragoon. This was a Christmas gift on behalf of that creator's brother. Just an incredible thing. Now, I see a lot of people saying, talent media, what is this? We've done this for years. We've compressed these topics because we used to have like best vlog. We used to have a best wrestler podcast. This is specifically the best content created by a wrestler or on-screen talent. The past 2 years, Denise, RJ City has won for AEW, and it came to a close at the end of the year. But like, we're not even gonna show a graphic for this. We're not even, Kate, just forget the graphic. We're not gonna do the graphic because this is so sentimental. I want to go straight to the acceptance speech here.
It is the honor of my lifetime
Something's happening
to
with it.
accept this award again for the second year in a row for best content.
What do you got there, RJ?
I have an award.
An award, yes. Yeah. What is the award?
For best content.
May I see it? So that, again, I can't see anything. There's a piece of foam covering it. Okay, I will look. Yeah. Let's just show it to the camera.
I don't think we have to show it.
Can you read it to us? What does it say?
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, they sent us one that just says generic.
It just says generic.
Yeah, they're cheap.
So
our app is cheap. I guess he didn't get enough clicks.
I
didn't
gone.
leak enough stuff this year, so he doesn't really have the money to send us one.
He's at an orphanage in Mexico, I think.
But the premise was.
So what does it? Hold on. What does it say on the award there? Can you read it to us out loud?
Best content.
Best content.
Yes,
great.
Speedball Mike Bailey's vlog.
So RJ City, so bothered that he never got an All Elite graphic.
Vlog. What's a vlog? You don't even do anything. You just set up a camera. Might as well be a security camera in the corner of a room. You're just siphoning off the show. I'm creating content. Where's your research? Where's your questions? Where's the jokes? They're not there.
RJ,
it's your camera.
I'm sorry you never got a graphic. Can I please have my award?
Oh, look, I'm Mike Bailey.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to receive this. Thank you all so much for watching the Speed Vlog. Thank you, Fightful. Great job.
So here's a funny story about that. And you'll probably see it on Speedball's vlog where he spoiled it today. The last year they had an event in Cincinnati right around the time that the Fightful Awards aired. So I drove them to Cincinnati. The year before that, WWE won a ton. They were 2 miles from my house at Rupp Arena. The year before that, AEW won a bunch and they were at Rupp Arena like the next week. So this was the first year that I haven't driven like a Ford Bronco full of awards to a wrestling show and just dropped them off. So we sent one award for AEW to do the speeches with. And I don't think Speedball knew that specific trophy didn't say what he thought it was going to say. That trophy is going to his house, the one that he won. So RJ was trying to protect the gimmick there. And then he's like, to hell with it. So Denise, when I told RJ that he didn't win and that Speedball won, he said, yeah, well, that's because he had me on his vlog twice this year.
Aw, you know what? I was gonna say, it would have been cool to see RJ Show win, especially on a year that that was it. Like he called, that's it, it's a wrap. But the fact that Speedball was able to win people's hearts to get them to vote for his vlog, I think is incredible. Yes. So, man, you know what? It's just cool to see wrestlers do things like whether it's writing books or doing podcasts or doing vlogs, because everybody loves like that inside look into their world. So I think it's awesome, man. Really cool to see things shake up a little bit.
Dave Koss says, the best 2 in the game. Great show so far. 1 hour behind, but wanted to shout out your sponsor, Art of Words. My wife got me the Mania 40 Philly portrait, and it's outstanding. Hope you two are well. We are well, and I love that. If you have great experiences with our sponsors, please let the world know. And listen, we are happy to have Wrestling Wind Down back as our sponsor for Women's In-Ring Performer of the Year. Wrestling spaces haven't always been designed with women in mind, and Wrestling Wind Down is changing that. Wrestling Wind Down is a Black female-founded merch brand and podcast based out of Las Vegas, Nevada. We all know merch typically caters towards the male demographic, but Wrestling Wind Down's mission is to provide cute, quality merchandise for the girlies, by the girlies. Wrestling Wind Down is celebrating their 7-year anniversary this coming April, just in time for WrestleMania to make its way back to Las Vegas. Want to stay up to date with Low and Wrestling Wind Down? Keep up on X, Blue Sky, or Instagram at WWDcast, or check out their merch store at shop.wrestlingwinedownlv.com. Cheers. And we will have that link in the description below. Women's in-ring performer of the year. Denise, we mentioned earlier, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair had that incredible match. But then Bianca was out for the rest of the year. Naomi had some incredible moments and then was out for the rest of the year. Mercedes won every championship under the sun. Shiri Kondo, if you listen to me, should get every championship on the planet ever. Mayu Iwatani is so good that she could transcend anybody. You've got the likes of Jordan Grace, who had a big year, obviously. You've got Blake Monroe. You've got all kinds of people in NXT. You've got Athena, who won this award 2 years in a row. You've got, my gosh, Toni Storm. Who are you looking at as the women's in-ring performer of the year?
You just named a lot of really great people there. I'm going to go out and guess Mercedes Moné took this victory. And if it's not Mercedes, I'm going to guess Io Sky.
I think this was probably the closest vote that we had. The winner was Io Sky.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, dude. She had, I mean, look, we talked about like her match with Rhea. I mean, she had a fantastic year, but, to beat out Mercedes Moné, that's a huge compliment for Io, man. Like huge, especially the year with that Mercedes had wrestling everybody and to get the votes and win people over. That's massive. Respect.
She, has been pushed heavily and shown that she deserves every single bit of it, Denise. Like, that woman has been able to do it singles, triple threat, tag team, war games, doesn't matter. Any situation you put Io Sky in, she is going to excel. And I mean, Denise, I was sitting there ready for Rhea versus Bianca one-on-one at WrestleMania. Yeah. And it was a situation where I go, obviously the match is going to be good, but can they make me want that more than I want Unstoppable Force or Irresistible Force, Immovable Object, all that, Bianca and Rhea. And I thought the way that they played it was fantastic because they played up the fact that everybody was expecting Rhea and Bianca to have a one-on-one match, and they completely dismissed Io. And then Io worked her way into that, and they had one of the best WrestleMania matches that you will ever see, Denise. And Io had an incredible year, tag team champions and world champion. She did it all.
And so many girls want to wrestle her because they are just like, oh, I know I'll have an amazing match if I wrestle Io, and I don't blame them. Io is fantastic, and all of the matches that you just ran down, she was a lot of people when I was asking like halfway through the year, like who's wrestler of the year. I didn't put no gender, nothing. I was just like, who's wrestler of the year? The amount of names that on the WWE side I got for Io was like so many names. So that just kind of, again, this wasn't just like in the women's category. No, this was just across the board best wrestler. And so many fans were throwing her name out there. So I'm very happy that she's getting some love on today's award show.
The award for men's in-ring wrestler this year is brought to you by WrestleStats. How do you know if you should subscribe to WrestleStats.com? Do you want year-to-date box scores for every AEW and WWE show? Subscribe to WrestleStats.com. Do you want to track the progress of the top stars in AEW and WWE? Subscribe to WrestleStats.com. Do you want daily stat updates direct to your inbox? Subscribe to WrestleStats.com. Did I mention WrestleStats is 100% free? WrestleStats is a proud 3-time sponsor of the Fightful Awards. From wins, losses, rematches, title matches, and more, WrestleStats is your go-to resource. Want to know how many times Becky Lynch faced Lyra Valkyria on PLE events last year? The answer is 3. Curious about how many non-AEW championships were defended on AEW TV last year? The answer is 16. Put your fingers on your keyboard. Type your email address to WrestleStats.com. That's RASSLESTATS.com. Follow WrestleStats on all forms of social media. It's free. I am a user of WrestleStats. I used to do stat pieces all the time, and I just love that WrestleStats is very stat specific, obviously. And there was an AEW heavy go this year. I mean, Cody did very well, but I'll be honest with you all. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that. Go ahead, Denise.
I got 3 predictions. Okay. Will Ospreay, Bandito, Kyle Fletcher.
So I think most years Will Ospreay is probably going to win this award because, unbelievable. But he missed a lot of time this year. So he out.
What?
He didn't win.
He did a lot. Okay. So
Didn't
are any of my
win.
other picks on point?
Yeah, let's see who won it. It's Bandito.
Yo, let's fucking go.
Listen, I see somebody in the chat going, AEW 14, WWE 5, others 0. I don't, look at him. Look at him. Buddy. Buddy, you better apply 2 of those to ROH because Bandito did a lot of work on ROH. Ian Riccaboni did a lot of work on ROH. And also, Maya World was not an AEW when this happened. So the other can be 3. But like Bandito, again, Denise, that Takeshita match. I saw that and I was like, well, that's exactly what ROH was. Bandito, listen, I have watched him grow wrestler. Years ago, he did some of my least favorite spots I ever saw. And listen, to grow on the 21 plex and all that, but this man has gone out there and put the most as you froze up.
Oh, sorry. I thought you froze up. Okay, sorry. I wasn't sure who froze up, if it was me or if it was you. But no, regardless. So Bandito, by the way, I think what AEW has with Bandito is so incredibly special, and I feel like he's one of the best wrestlers that they have on the entire brand, and that's very, very hard because there's a lot of really talented people up there. But the fact that like even just this recent week that we saw him and MJF, and MJF telling him like you're going to be a future AEW World Champion, like that really meant a lot. Like that really truly meant a lot. And so I just feel like I'm so happy that he's getting the flowers that he deserves because he gets people very excited and very passionate when he is in the ring. And that just means so freaking much. So yeah. And then also, hey, BTW, Kate told me your ass froze. It wasn't me. And you were trying to throw the ball on me, trying to make it seem like it was me, but it wasn't.
Muted. Let's hear from Bandito.
Hey, this is the most wanted Bandito, and I want to say thank you to Fightful.com, Best Wrestler in Ring 2025. What a honor. Thank you very much for this. And this is only the beginning. Tendido como bandido.
Hey, what? Jesus. Oh my God. I was like, my face.
Buddy, that was me every Monday for years. That's how I reacted.
Really? I had to sit there with your long ass hair for how long?
Hey, my dad, your thighs are small, your hair is long.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Listen, why are we okay with this? Why are we okay with Denise on the same night that we have Nami as a sponsor, body shaming? On the Fightful Awards, brought to you by NordVPN.com/Fightful. Denise, what I would like to do is change my virtual location to get away from you. And now I'll be able to with NordVPN.com/Fightful. If you want to watch Raw on Netflix, PLEs on Netflix, SmackDown on Netflix, NXT on Netflix, and Saturday Night's Main Event this weekend on YouTube, NordVPN.com/Fightful. If you want to spend less on pay-per-views, it's NordVPN.com/Fightful. If you are elsewhere in the world and you're like, I don't want to buy those UFC pay-per-views, NordVPN.com/Fightful and just get Paramount Plus. You want threat protection, you want scam call protection, you want all that, NordVPN.com/Fightful. You want a 30-day money-back guarantee, NordVPN.com/Fightful. BEACN is also here as a sponsor for Men's Overall Performer of the Year. Overall performers need to be good at just about everything. BEACN has you covered with their world-class product lines of microphones, interfaces, accessories, and more. You'll not only get top-tier equipment, but an ecosystem that adapts to your studio's needs. We remind you to visit beacn.com to learn more or follow them on socials at BEACN, BACN. A reminder, Kate upgraded to this setup. She absolutely loves it. Alexis, who, listen, love the boy, audio nerd, loves BEACN. He knows all about it. He's the one that put us on the BEACN. He's like, you know what? Get that BEACN. And we said, okay. Men's overall performer of the year. This combines everything. It combines character work. It combines promo work. It combines the in-ring. It combines just the passion, Denise. Who's your men's overall performer of the year?
I'm going to guess it's Hangman Page. I would be shocked if it wasn't.
You're not going to be shocked, Denise. It is Adam Hangman Page, the men's overall performer of the year and a record breaker, record holder, record breaker, 10-time Fightful Award winner. Denise, do you know how heavy these things? Don Callis was over here putting them over. Do you know how heavy and nice something has to be for Don Callis to join a live stream and put it over during the national championship game?
And Hangman has now 10.
10. Well, listen, I put a bunch of them on one award.
So RJ was right. Sean's being cheap.
Listen, Kate,
bro, I want all
Kate
10.
could only sell.
Give me
Kate could
all 10.
Kate could only sell one sponsor per award. If she could sell like
You're
6 per
blaming
award.
Kate now?
Yeah, of course I am.
She
It's
went
not
out
my
there
fault.
and
It's never my
busted her butt to get all these sponsors, and you're like, well, she should have gotten more.
Had she sold
You were
7
just saying how we have a sponsor and we shouldn't like Nami and we shouldn't be bullying and being mean, and you're being mean to Kate.
It's not my fault that everybody else is broke.
Go get your $5 on freaking Fightful Select. Hurry up, Sean. Go right now.
Oh my God. And Kate just posted from my own Facebook account. What in the...
I could hit end stream right now and kill this whole show. Do it, Kate. Do it.
You know, it's funny because I accidentally streamed from Denise's account.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what the F is this?
Denise, are you a sicko?
Yes.
Are you a fan of AEW?
Yes.
Then it's a time for you to check out the Kicking Out podcast, your weekly ringside seat to everything happening in the world of AEW. Hosted by 3 diehard fans, Tanner Lee, Paul Zartman, and Austin Shepard. The Kicking Out podcast breaks down matches, promos, storylines, and more from AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision, and from every AEW pay-per-view. Whether it's shocking debuts, championship shakeups, or the latest backstage buzz, these guys cover it all with passion, humor, and the kind of insight that only true AEW sickos can deliver. New episodes drop every week, recorded live on Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, and available on all major podcast platforms. From deep dive analysis to pay-per-view predictions and special media call coverage with Tony Khan himself, this is the podcast that keeps you plugged into the heart of AEW. So if you love AEW, check out the Kicking Out podcast. Search for Kicking Out, a podcast about all elite wrestling on your favorite podcast platform, and make sure to follow them on all social media platforms at Kicking Out Pod, because in the world of wrestling podcasts, they are all elite. And Denise, so is the fan-voted winner of Promotion of the Year. The winner is All Elite Wrestling. It's been a while, Denise. It's been a couple years. Honestly, ever since Triple H kind of took over WWE, they have had the leg up. They did very well in the awards, especially Promotion of the Year and the like. I after seeing the results of the other awards this year, I can't say I was surprised by this. WWE definitely had a bit of a downturn as far as creative went.
Yeah, man. I was actually like pretty impressed by how many people, how many different votes everywhere voted for AEW. And I was like, you know, I feel like AEW has been doing a lot of good work even in some of the years that they didn't win Promotion of the Year. So I did find that very interesting. I was like, oh, damn, because there was other years where I thought AEW did tremendous and they didn't win awards or whatever, you know, what was going on. And so I wonder what it's going to be like every year. But this just reminds, I always tell this to people, and people are always asking like, oh, which promotion do you like the most or blah, blah, blah. And I always tell people like, to me, wrestling is like a seesaw. Like things go up, things go down. Sometimes things are hot, sometimes things aren't. And it changes. It changes all the dang time. So yeah, hey, congratulations to AEW. They had a fantastic year.
And listen, I'm sure that people will see the number of awards that one company wins and they'll say, yeah, you're in there. Let me tell you.
We're going to get yelled at, Sean. Thanks to you, I'm going to get yelled at.
You'll see who provided speeches. WWE provided speeches. AEW provided speeches. Last year, New Japan people provided speeches. It was, they're very grown up about this. Don't be weird. Dwayne Crosby says, shout out to Commander for all the bangers. He did a phenomenal job as well. C. Delgado says, this time last year, Bandito was injured. What a year. Well deserved. It is wild to think he was still injured as of then.
But when he came back, we were like, damn. Yeah.
Is someone delivering all of Hangman's awards via horse? Says
me.
Chad.
Can I deliver them? What do I got to do to deliver them?
He did get his award delivered via.
Damn.
How was it? It was via FedEx this year. It was via FedEx. We have Orion Ben saying, just an overall thanks to the DWO and the SGS, Fightful and Grapsity family for the talent for a great year for these awards. Here's hoping for an even better 2026. Yeah, I mean, listen, I show off these things because I am so proud of them, and I want the people that win them to be proud of them because we are in the dirt sheet business. We got to report some bad stuff about these people sometimes.
Can you stop saying we, by the way? Because like that's all you.
Oh,
Sean.
I'm sorry, Denise.
I don't want to be included in this.
Who's been reporting all this TNA contract news over the last week?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, is that when I put things out there, it's the wrestler themselves.
Jim Deuchars says, OTK.
Sean
OTK,
muted me because
Meet Normus says, Denise, hair looks great. SRS, you're there too. Love for Boost says, the award collector for the Hangman, Ultimo Page. And Greg Cherrybrand says, this super chat is for the fantastic producer named Kate. Yes, thank you to Kate, because I would be flipping out if I was having to produce this again, because I had to do that the first year. But the first year I had the benefit of having Denise and Will on the show. So go figure. Oh boy, the award for event of the year is from the not at all grifters at Wrestling Brain. Fightful Awards watchers, hear these words clearly. Wrestling Brain. Do you think that the current wrestling landscape has too many bad faith grifters, peddling only negative reactions so you'll repost it and argue with their lowbrow opinions? Good. Neither do we. Wrestling Brain is live on Twitch at twitch.tv/wrestlingbrain every Wednesday after AEW Dynamite and AEW pay-per-views, as well as home to the best Fire Pro Wrestling Federation on Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. At Wrestling Brain, they try their best to give honest, heartfelt opinions and analysis that aren't the most annoying outrage bait you've ever heard, but honestly, they're happy to sell that idea out and become full-time annoying if you pay them. For a small donation, they'll badmouth basically anything or anyone that you want, right after they offer them the opportunity to pay us more to do the opposite. It's a simple and humble system, but it's the closest thing they've been able to find to being fair. Once again, Wrestling Brain. Find Wrestling Brain on Twitch, their embarrassingly underviewed YouTube channel, Blue Sky, and Instagram. They thank Sean and Fightful, as always, for setting a positive examples for wrestling communities and supporting creators of all sizes. You didn't even have to pay us to say that yet. Shout out to Wrestling Brain for giving me an ad read that popped me as we get into event of the year. So WWE Evolution did a phenomenal job. AEW Revolution has won awards. AEW, I believe Double or Nothing also won awards as well. Denise, what is your event of the year?
On the WWE side, Evolution. On the AEW side, Evolution on the WWE side and Revolution on the AEW side. So just add Evolution and it's there for me.
Well, another event has won some awards and it's taken home another one. The winner is AEW All in Texas. The show that, listen, featured our multi-time winner, Hangman Page. It featured the moment of the year, the culmination of story of the year. It featured the tag team match of the year. And it's AEW All In Texas. Now, I'm sure they would have loved 40,000, 45,000, 35,000. But what they ended up with was an iconic show, iconic moments, and quite frankly, Denise, their biggest U.S. show that they have ever done.
I was very happy for them for that. For the BNI Globe Live Fields was very awesome. Sean, you and I got to be part of that before like the even the actual event, which was very, very cool. But also can I say it was a fantastic show, man, for all the reasons that you named. I am a little bit more like I loved Revolution. That
Sure.
probably would have been
Me
my
too.
vote, but I'm very, very happy for All In.
I had Revolution as well. Evolution, phenomenal show. Imagine if they would have built Evolution. If they would have actually booked it well leading into Evolution, I think that could have stood a real chance, to be honest with you.
WWE had 3 shows that weekend.
Yeah.
And went up against AEW. And with all of that, the women were the ones that came out on top. I had so many people saying like, the women saved WWE this weekend. Women saved WWE this weekend. You have no idea how many times I read that comment over and over. And that's a huge, I want that to be like a huge shout out for the women because they didn't want to do this. They didn't want to do this PLE. They didn't want to do it. You know, and then it took how many years to get it done? And they did it. We don't even know if it's happening this year. My opinion, it should, because again, 3 shows, and that one was the best one for WWE this last year.
And even Evolution, several of the women were like, we want to be past that. Like a lot of them were telling me that they wanted to be past doing an Evolution show. But they went out there and they were given that opportunity and did a great job. And AEW went out and had their biggest show of the year as well. It was a good year for in-ring wrestling. The award for Booker of the Year is sponsored by Once Lifetime Photos. If your graphics look like your toaster got bored and started freelancing, it's time to message Once Lifetime Photo, based in Charlotte, North Carolina. They create bold, custom digital art and clean, eye-catching graphics that actually make people stop scrolling. They've created logos for many companies, local and national. Need portraits or event shot too? They've got you there, and they'll make the whole process fun, not awkward. See what they can create together at onelifetimephoto.com, at One Lifetime Photo on all socials. He is also in our chat all the time. One LT Photo. He created this beautiful graphic that we are going to get on a tee at the Fightful shop very soon. Shout out to our good friend, One LT Photo. Just a lovely gentleman. And again, at One Lifetime Photo on all socials and www.onelifetimephoto.com. It's time for Booker of the Year, Denise.
What do we say? What do we do?
I think you know who won this.
I mean, hold on. Let me think about it. AEW won Promotion of the Year. They won a bunch of like top wrestlers, Match of the Year, even Manager of the Year. I'm going to say Triple H. I don't know.
It's Tony Khan. He won Booker of the Year. Let's go straight to Tony Khan, who spoke with me as he was heading to tonight's national championship game. We are here with a 3-time winner, arguably more if you factor in Moment of the Year, all these things that he had a huge hand in. The winner of Booker of the Year, Event of the Year, and Promotion of the Year, Tony Khan. Tony, thank you.
Well, first of all, thank you, Sean. I would say Promotion of the Year is a team award that is shared by everybody, the pro wrestlers in AEW, the staff of AEW, and particularly the fans of AEW who made this a great 2025. Thank you, and I'm really proud of AEW being named the best pro wrestling promotion of the year, and I really appreciate that award very much, and also very honored to receive this trophy. The Promotion of the Year trophy, I think, is going to be there Wednesday night on Dynamite. I've got this great trophy from Fightful that represents the Event of the Year, which is AEW All In Texas, as voted by you, the readers of Fightful. And it represents the Booker of the Year, as voted by the readers of Fightful. And there are thousands of wrestling fans that get their news from Fightful. So I'm really honored. I'm very proud that AEW was voted the promotion of the year. It's incredible to me that there are 3 different AEW shows that received multiple awards this year, and that we had 3 events that were chosen by major publications as the best wrestling show of the year. AEW Revolution was the ESPN pick of the year for the best wrestling show of the year. Double or Nothing was the Sports Illustrated pick. And we were awarded best wrestling show of the year for AEW All In Texas by Yahoo, the New York Post, and you, the readers at Fightful. So I'm very honored that AEW All In Texas received that award. So honored on behalf of everybody that you picked AEW as the best wrestling promotion of the year. And really, I'm so proud to receive this, the Fightful Award for the best booker in 2025, coming from the wrestling fans, and thousands of you fans get your news from Fightful. I really appreciate you voting me as the booker of the year in 2025. It's been a while since I've held an award like this, and it really means a lot. Everybody worked really hard this year in AEW, and it came together for us to win the promotion of the year. Fightful just is really important in wrestling. A lot of wrestling fans get their news from Fightful, so just really a great honor to receive these awards from you, the fans.
Tony, thank you so much. Not just for your work, but the work of your team as well. And congratulations.
Thank you, Sean. I really appreciate it. And thank you to your team, and thank you to the readers. This is really such a great honor, and we're looking forward to a great 2026. I can't wait this Wednesday night at Dynamite in Orlando to hoist up the Promotion of the Year trophy. I'm heading over to the National Championship game right now, and it's going to be a great football game tonight. And I've got something to keep me warm in the ride over. I'll be riding over to the Natty with this great trophy for Promotion of the Year. That'll be coming, of course, but this for Booker of the Year and Event of the Year. I'll be taking this one with me, and I'm looking forward to that Promotion of the Year trophy coming my way Wednesday and sharing that with the whole AEW team. Thanks for supporting pro wrestling, all of you great readers, and thanks for having me on your award show to thank the fans, Sean. I appreciate you giving me the forum to thank the people who make pro wrestling possible, the wrestling fans.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sean.
Tony Khan.
He's so happy.
He was so happy. So happy. And it's, again, a beautiful award. He had that award brought down to him to the national championship game tonight to do this with us. And man, that was very cool. You could tell how proud he was.
My favorite part is when he said, I haven't held one of these in a while.
I'll share with you what he said when I told him he won off air.
Oh, you mean to me? Oh, I thought you meant to like the people.
I'll tell you what he said. He said, I'm fucking back. That's what he said.
For reals?
Yes, that's what he said.
Oh, okay.
BEACN rounds out our promo categories by also sponsoring Best Individual Promo Award. There's no way to better celebrate the best on the mic than with BEACN. Their streamer bundle is on a major sale right now. Set up your studio the right way with the versatility you'll need across different setups for the future. Visit beacn.com to learn more, or visit them on socials at BEACN, BACN. This one is one that I think I wanted to specifically put it towards the end because there were a lot of really good promos this year. We mentioned Hangman Page in Mexico. We've mentioned Tony Storm with 2 of them. And listen, there's always the risk when you have 2 or 3 really good ones. You could do what we say and like FTR or Osprey yourself and split your vote, and then a person could come in and win. Cody had strong promos, like really strong promos this year. Denise, anybody stand out for an individual? Keep in mind, individual a single promo.
Damn, bro. There was a lot. There was a lot of good stuff with Cody. Cody, CM Punk had, oh my God, like the earlier top of the year, some really good stuff there. Oh my God, I don't even know who it might be. I don't know, Sean. I have no idea. Who do we got?
Well, Denise, would you say that you've forgotten it?
I hope not. If it was really good, I shouldn't have.
Well, fortunately, what makes you think I've forgotten, Denise?
Okay.
Toni Storm playing the role of a lifetime as Toni Storm. This was the reveal. And listen, an incredible amount of credit also belongs to Mariah May, aka Blake Monroe, for her facial reactions and how she responded and the work that Blake Monroe did in helping set this up. This is what happens when you plan out a storyline from start to finish. You see it through, you have good creative around it, and you have performers that go above and beyond to make it work. I think that Blake Monroe is honestly underrated in her contributions to Tony's great promo work this year. But if you ain't good, you ain't good. And Toni Storm is really, really good at cutting promos, Denise.
Yeah, she damn right is. I mean, I feel like we've mentioned Toni Storm's name quite a bit on here. She's so fun. And she's, like I said, this role was meant for her. It really was. This feels like it was waiting for her whole wrestling career.
Just unbelievable. And listen, she's catching up to Hangman, but now we got another. It's our final award. It's our big award. We gave away the men's overall performer of the year earlier, but returning to sponsor the Fightful Awards this year for the women's overall performer of the year is AEW.1. Are you a fan of women's wrestling? Are you a fan of AEW? If you are, you're going to want to check out AEW Women's Division blog at www.aew.one. That's AEW.one. Yes, .one is a legitimate URL. AEW Women's Division blog is a website and YouTube channel dedicated to discussing opinions, analysis, and prospects surrounding women's wrestling and AEW. Fightful subscribers are smart, intelligent fans who don't suffer grifters. You want nuance, you want balance, and you want it from a source that's passionate about women's wrestling. AEW.one. Check it out today and also search for AEW Women's Division blog on YouTube and Blue Sky. So, Denise, the winner of the women's best promos was Toni Storm. The winner of in-ring performer of the year was Io Sky. Winner of tag team of the year was Judgment Day, which, involves Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. We had Naomi come through and show her chops. We had Bianca, Rhea, and Io just do unbelievable things. We had Mariah May not just do it in WWE, but also AEW. And then you had Harley Cameron going out there being funny and teaming with Willow Nightingale, becoming champion. Willow Nightingale did crazy stuff too. And then beyond that, let's go beyond that. There's a woman named Mercedes Moné who had quite a year. This was the most competitive year. And Charlotte and Alexa Bliss standing out as well as a tag team. Who did you think won women's overall performer of the year, rolling all of that up?
I'm going to go with my original prediction that I had for the earlier award, Mercedes Moné.
I think that she had just an unbelievable year, but she didn't win.
Oh, Jesus. Was it Io again? Was it Toni?
The
Toni
winner
Storm?
is catching up to Hangman Page. It is timeless Toni Storm.
What number is she at now?
I think she's at like 8 or 9 now.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, the Hollywood ending, fantastic. Like we said, promo work, fantastic. Wow, I'm so happy for Tony. This is incredible. I feel like she's really done so much for the AEW women's division, and not just for the women's division, but for AEW period, where we're talking about, we want to see these matches, main event, big pay-per-views like Revolution. We want to see more storytelling. How many times were we talking about wanting to see more storytelling for women? And yet here we are seeing one of like the best stories ever told for women, period. Tony and Blake and Mariah May. So it is just, wow. I'm so happy for her.
So let's get a little bit of a promo from Timeless Tony Storm.
Rolling in 3, 2, 1.
I accept this award with tremendous self-awareness. I am beautiful, I am talented, and I deserve this. Now please, put it with the others. Thank you.
I love that. Short and sweet.
The Fightful Awards 2025 are complete. I can't wait to not look at a single quote tweet on the announcement of these awards. If you want to watch the individual speeches, they will be up on our Shorts tab on YouTube as well. One day when I do podcasts about my career, I'll be able to do individual shows about each award show. Denise, I remember the first year we had to delay it by a week because our videos weren't done. You remember that?
Oh, I remember that day. Sean, you're so lucky I don't tell half your stories. I'd be known. Let me just say,
wasn't my fault. It was Will's.
One day, I'm gonna write a tell-all book about Sean Ross Sapp.
The fuck's that supposed to mean?
Oh, you know what that's supposed to mean. I'm gonna spill all your little secrets.
Well, when I go into hiding, I'll be able to access whatever content I want thanks to NordVPN.com/Fightful. NordVPN has helped make this show a reality for years. Please support them. Please check them out. It is a must-have for wrestling fans. The Fightful Awards presented by NordVPN.com/Fightful. They sponsor our shows every single week and have for years. But not just a shout out to them. I want to shout out Kate. Kate sold sponsors for every award that we had tonight. I've mentioned this before. These things are expensive and we don't expect to make a profit off of them. We just want to not completely lose our asses on them. And again, they cost us quite a bit to make and ship, but we want to show the wrestlers and the companies that not just us, you guys that watch our show, care about what they do, the sacrifices they make. And we did not lose our asses this year. We actually might have broken even on this show because of Kate's incredible work selling those sponsors. And I want to thank all of our readers who bought sponsorships and gifted sponsorships. And not only that, showed me what kind of an audience that we've cultivated by giving awards for, or giving award sponsors for things like the Trevor Project and NAMI, which is very, very important to me. Two causes that I've wrestled for in the past. But also, we're fortunate to have you back, Denise. We always love having you here. Having you on these award show is important to me because you were on the first one, and
you beg. Let's be real. You beg every time. You're like, Denise, please. I don't want to go alone. Oh, please, Denise, help me. Help this little Kentucky boy. I don't want to be alone eating leather.
Yeah. What happens is I scroll by Denise's Instagram, and she's on there.
Fuck, shit. Whoa, dude. Why do I sound like you? Why do I sound like you? Why do I sound like
what's
you?
Happening?
No, you want to know what I just want to say one thing. You want to know what my life is like being Sean Ross Sapp's only friend, by the way? I was
muted. Anyway,
I had a great story to share, damn.
I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. Oh my God. I want to thank all of you for joining us. I will welcome Denise back on the condition that she gets her plugs in.
No, I don't
want. Hold on, let's. Hey, Kate, how are?
Oh, I'm doing well. Hanging out back here, but I also have the power to do this.
Hanging around at the start of our show, we had a couple tech errors that we got on track. Thank you to Kate for producing. Thank you to Denise Salcedo, who, in fact, was not begged to do this show.
You begged.
It's actually Denise once every 3 months. Hey, Sean, you want to do this bingo
No.
card with me?
Can I please share my fucking story?
Quit cursing on the air.
Okay, you want to know what Can I share my story?
Nord doesn't like that. 1LT Photo doesn't like that. Meet Normus doesn't like that. We have sponsors to answer to, Denise.
Anyways, oh yeah, I did get in trouble one time with the sponsors. Okay, my one story that I've been wanting to share. The other day, I was so peaceful, so happy, working on my little puzzle that I find very relaxing. And I get a phone call from Sean Ross Sapp, and I'm thinking, okay, Sean only calls me when important things he needs to tell me. So I answer, and you pull up with a D's nuts, 13 seconds, and you click on me. Bro, I was so pissed because I was so locked in on my puzzle. I was like, I'm not even going to call him back. I'm not even going to text him back. I'm going to act like that didn't even happen. You were like harassing me on my Sunday of relaxation. I thought you had something important to say.
I can't. What was the joke? Do you remember?
Something so dumb. And I knew it was a D's nuts joke, but I still let you have it because I'm like,
you didn't.
Really
no, you didn't.
As if you're calling me on a Sunday for a D's nuts joke, this is all you've got.
No.
While I'm here, my stuff.
Well, before you do, I want to also thank Rob Wilkins for doing all the graphics. I want to thank Luis for gathering the super chats, Kyler for doing the social media, of course. But Denise, plug your stuff.
Yeah, all the way at the end, once everybody's logged off and no one's even going to hear what I have to say. YouTube.com/Denise Salcedo. All social media @ Denise Salcedo. Daily pro wrestling content. Sean Ross Sapp can suck it. That's all I've got. Oh, and my show, DeniseLiveshow.com, Las Vegas. Don't miss it. All the graphics and everything are posted.
I'll be there.
Social media. You will not be there.
I will be there. It's the official. Denise, it's at Circa Las Vegas, the official hotel of Fightful.
You can be there, but you won't be at my show.
I will be at your show.
You will not be on my show. You will not be on my show. Anyways, my show's the Friday at noon Pacific Standard Time at the Circa Resort and Casino, and Sean Ross Sapp will not be there.
I will be there. I'm going to be holding up a sign
that
says, Denise, pick me.
No.
Pick me. And I'm like, I don't know, you're going to do magic tricks or something on stage. I don't know what you do. But
maybe I can saw you in half. You know, that's a traditional
There you go.
There you go. I'll saw you in half.
Denise, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show up, and when you kick me out, I'm gonna be like, "Look, I've got 2 tickets right here. It's gonna be straight up pro wrestling." I'll be like, "You can't kick me out."
If you buy a ticket, by all means, you can sit down and enjoy the show.
Stadium swim, but there's a lot of great stuff going on at Circa Las Vegas, including Denise's show. I know they've got an art show they're working on. They got Chris Van Vliet doing a show, but please go check out Denise's show. It'll be noon local time, correct? Friday?
Yes, on Friday. DeniseLiveshow.com. It's going to have a special guest that do not include Sean Ross Sapp, an earlier meet and greet, raffles, and it's going to be a live podcast. I'm very excited. It's the first time I've ever done a live show for WrestleMania, and the fact that I'm even getting this opportunity is really cool, and the Circa has just been awesome. I'm very happy. Oh, and check out the Circa if you guys want to stay someplace awesome for WrestleMania. I've stayed there last year, and Sean, I felt like a queen staying at the Circa Resort and Casino.
I love it. I love not being on the strip. I don't want to be on the strip. So Circa makes you feel like you are, but you're not in the middle of all the craziness. And I love that.
You're on Fremont Street, and it's like the old school Las Vegas. So it's like a really cool feel, like a really cool vibe.
Love it. I loved Circa. We got to tour the facility last year as well. It was unbelievable. Check it out. Circa Las Vegas. Before we go, Damn it, Smidget says, Sean, post the full speech on the paywall. Which speech? You mean the Tony Khan speech? That was the full speech, buddy. That was the full speech. The balls. Tom LaValle says, thank you, Lieutenant Photo. And then Greg Cherry says, just want to say thank you for these awards. Great show. Love you, Sean. Love you, Denise. Love you, Kate. Love you, Fightful Faithful. Well, I love all of you. Thank you all so much. FightfulSelect.com. Go there, get all your wrestling news. Until next time, my friends, we're out.